Well, we're here on a Monday. Brendan Schaub.
We are on a Monday.
Bryan Callen. I'm fresh off Denver, your hometown.
You're welcome. Did you get...
had a blast.
I'm going to go ahead and need the key to the city back. Thanks, sir.
There you go. There's your key to the city back. I never have a bad time. Sold out every show. Thank you, Denver. Your mom and Aunt Nubby in the front row gave him a shout out.
Gave him a front row.
Tell you something right now. Let me tell you something right now. I saw Klopp. I saw Jay. I saw what's his name?
Phil Heath.
Phil Heath came Saturday night. We hung with him.
Yep.
Fantastic. I felt his entire body with my hands.
Of course.
We'll get him back on the podcast.
Love him.
And then anyway, the point is that
you saw Matt. You saw Matt McChesney.
I saw Matt.
Football player.
I saw Matt. Good guy.
University of Colorado.
Somebody stretched human skin over a bear. He's the biggest man on the planet, and his voice is—he's got the deepest baritone in the world.
He is so manly, dude. Let me tell you, this. He was
God.
the captain when I was. He was a senior when I was a sophomore, I think.
Yeah,
Matt McChesney. He's defensive tackle, captain of the team. When I say,
yeah,
he is so much more manly than us.
Yeah,
I know. Stupid.
Well, dude, I shook his hand,
and he is so aggressive.
I shook his hand and I went. I was like, and I didn't know what he did. And I said, I got to ask you. I said, well, are you just big for no reason or what the fuck?
No.
And he goes, I played in the NFL 6 years. I was like, oh, I got you. So that he sat me down. This is going to sound silly, but he was a center and a right guard center or whatever. And he was talking about how calling plays and how complicated football is.
Center's
he showed me one.
I
wish I had Instagrammed it. He showed me one play, just how he would when he'd come to the line and reading a backfield.
He's the first eyes.
It was so complicated. He was showing me all it's geometry,
God.
It's math. Anybody who. And for me, as a very casual football fan, when you see football on that level, it's such an intricate, deep sport.
Oh my God.
So when he's watching that field, he's seeing, and I'm sure you're the same way, you guys are watching it, you're watching a completely different game than someone like me. I don't even know anything about it.
With Matt, remember, so he was the center. What's crazy about Matt is he was a defensive tackle in college, and they moved him to offensive line to have a better shot at the NFL.
Right.
So he adapted, and they played 6 years in the NFL. Crazy.
Jesus.
Nuts. He was a freak athlete for how big he is, too.
Yeah.
But so when the center gets down and he said, the quarterback say, usually pointing at one of the linebackers, go 52, 52. That means that's where you start the protection from, if that makes sense.
Right.
It's very intricate there.
Yeah, it's intricate as shit.
So you slide left, slide right, man, zone, there's a
all
mailing calls. But the center's he's basically like the coordinator for the offensive
Which
line.
I didn't know. So the center, in a way, almost has to be the smartest guy, along with the quarterback on the field.
The centers are super smart.
So smart.
So they're them and the quarterback, they're like the avatar and the horse.
Yeah.
How the horse and the avatar mix together? That's the center and the quarterback.
He gave you a nice compliment off air, which he said that you should 100% have played in the NFL, and the only reason that you didn't was because you got started late and it hurt you with scouts. He said you had all the talent and all the physicality. How cool is that?
Couldn't say that on air though, huh, Matt?
I don't know. No, he didn't say it. I think because we were talking about football, and he was like, we were talking about how he gets these young guys ready in his gym for dudes.
Dude, yeah, he is a gym. I think it's called 60006 strength or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But Matt knows his shit, man. You're talking.
He knows his
shit. He was
shit.
the captain of some gnarly dudes, and we were scared. He's one of the guys we were scared of him.
Yeah, I don't blame
you're talking about. You're talking about dudes. We're all
big,
tough dudes.
powerful guys. Yeah,
everyone's scared of Matt.
Crazy
Matt.
He's a silverback.
He's a silverback. If he beat his chest, right? You got this.
That's right. You can see it. You can see him. He's every bit of 6'5".
No, I'll be both our bikes. We'll just keep it at your house. It's cool.
He's such a nice guy, and I was making him laugh a lot on the radio show. And as I left, he grabbed me in one of his paws and pulled my body into his body, and I disappeared for a second. And he was just excited. He went, yeah, and he kind of grabbed me, and I went, huh. I made him noise.
Yeah,
like that.
No, monster.
Yeah,
hopefully he says Jim's doing well.
Yeah,
he's doing the radio show. He's always a personality, man.
He's great. He's a lot of fun.
Matt, you need to go in there if you're listening to this shit. I'm sure you are. You need to go into Boulder and rally them boys up.
That's right.
A speech. You and I could do it together. Slap them around a little bit.
Both of you slap them around, and I want to be in the background going, "That's right, bitches.
That's right."
Yeah, Matt, get the guy in the corner over there with the hat, looking all cocky. He was eyeballing me,
dude. How about talk about pressure at University of Colorado? Until some people got hurt, we used to do this. It was the strength coach's idea to take this. It was like a plastic device. It was think of like a round disc, big though, like as big as this table, and had two handles on each end. So one handle I could hold, one handle you could hold.
Yeah.
We would gather around like freaking, like fucking gladiator, and someone would call someone out, and you would have to hold. Whoever could rip it from the person won. We do that before our workout.
Damn.
Well, someone would be like, Matt would call out some monster. So Matt and this monster, before our entire workout, we'd everyone stare and watch who would win, and be like,
wild.
who would. It was
So it's like a tug of war, sort of.
It was tug of war,
men.
but it was between two men. And we created like a human, like basically cage around them.
Yeah.
And they would get close and we'd push them. It was so intense and so nerve wracking because you didn't know when you were up. And you're talking about elite of the elite. So some dude who would be like, he'd raise his hand, and the coach Greg Finn would be like, who you want? You're up. Something like, you're up, Lawrence Vickers. Who you want? And be like, I got shot, man. But what you didn't want to do was call it like a weak link, because everyone would be like, oh, fuck you. Like, no one put up with it. So you'd always call out someone bigger than you or someone stronger than you. It was so intense.
How'd you do?
I did well. Never lost. Never lost.
Never lost.
Never lost.
You got some.
Matt
said,
no one wanted a piece.
No.
If Matt was like, I'll take shot, like, yeah, cool, man.
Well, you got those thin piano player fingers, but you got so none of the growth hormone when you're in the womb went to the old fingers.
Went straight
but
to
it
my
went
dick and nose.
Right to the old palms, though.
Right to the old dick and nose.
You got dick and nose and palms. You got some big old weird palms with short fingers now. And
I love that you were in Denver, though, man.
I had a blast, and I want to say something about your mother and Aunt Nubby. I got to tell you something right now.
Watch your mouth.
Well, listen up.
Choose your next words
First
wisely.
of all, you need to understand a couple things, and I want to say this on air. Your mom and I have a thing.
What?
Yeah, now hold on.
Hey, bro.
Relax, bro.
Hey, bro.
Relax for a second.
My mom?
I'll tell you this right now. As I turned, I've been performing a long time, and in the front row, I turned and I saw this woman, and I went, those are some high cheekbones. Your mother.
Some emerald green eyes.
I don't know how old your mother is. I'm telling you right now, when she was in her 20s and 30s, I promise you, she stopped traffic.
I'll show you a picture.
That's a hot woman.
I'll show you a picture. You'll jack off to.
And I believe that because I looked at her and I looked at your cute Aunt Nubby. Your Aunt Nubby and your mom got me a thinking, you understand?
Hey, man.
And
stage?
You shut up for a second because she's closer to my age. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to look at you when I say it. If I want to take your mom. Hey, man, I'm just saying. Man. Bro, I'm saying that human beings, the truth happens sometimes.
My mom's a look and she's a like and she told me. Hey, bro.
I might feel guilty.
Hey, man.
I might even say something like, I can't believe I'm doing this to my brother. No, I feel like I'm practicing
I'm not
incest.
your brother anymore. I'm your stepson.
You're my stepson.
What's up, Dad?
Yeah. He's my boy. Oh,
You're my stepdad. Can you imagine?
Can you imagine? And we're on vacation, and you just hear some bubs slapping.
Hey,
come on,
that's
bro.
My mom.
You just hear, Daddy.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Too
bro.
much.
Too much.
Too much.
Hey, boy. Hey, boy,
no.
do me a favor. Hey, bring me a towel, boy. You just hear me. Bring me a towel, and I'm just all I'm all sweaty. I come out all sweaty.
Your mom's a real tomcat.
Real tomcat. I'm all half-mast. I come out all sweaty with fuckhead. Hey, man. Hey, I need some gel for my fuckhead.
Yeah, your dad fucked up. Your mom's a real tomcat.
She's a real tomcat. Hey, do me a favor. Get me some salve, maybe some Neosporin, because my back's all scratched up by that tomcat in there. Yeehaw! Either way, just know that your mom and I had a prolonged hug.
Yeah, whatever.
She said, give my little Brenny a kiss for me. And I said, I sure will. Hey, hold on to me for a little longer.
Hey, man.
Sorry, bro.
Hey, bro. And you saw, obviously, Jay was there.
I saw Jay.
Do you give Matt tickets to your show? I'm surprised he didn't come.
Matt
McChesney.
I think he did come with Rick Lewis, who's also with what's her name? She went to Asian. She's Korean. She went to school with you.
Oh, yes, at Overland. She went to Overland.
She's great.
Yeah,
So they have a radio show.
106.7.
Yes. And so Rick Lewis is a great guy. I love that guy.
They're the best.
And so we had a blast, man. I love that. They make it so easy. And we were out there just fucking around and making each other laugh for a long time. But they all came. Nice. You know you're doing your job when the radio people come to your show. That's always flattering to me. It was awesome.
Especially Comedy Works.
We sold out with standing room only all the way through from Thursday to Saturday.
I love it, man.
Yeah, and a lot of it's thanks to the podcast. Now, it's not a theater. Now, I don't sell out theaters in Australia. And I want you to know I'm happy for you. Once again, what is that theater you sold out?
I don't know. That's insane.
So you got a live performance business where you sell out theaters now.
I don't know,
been in the business for 10 minutes. Now, we've already rehashed this.
We've been over this.
But I'm just telling you, you better fucking mind your P's and Q's around me.
I'm sorry, man.
Okay?
It's a sensitive time for you.
It's a little bit sensitive.
Can we talk about
My show didn't get picked up.
No, can we get into this?
Yes.
So Bryan, if for those of you that don't know, remember he was going to have a spinoff from the Goldbergs. He shot it, pilot, and it went great. and these are from people that I know in the business. One of the Bryan himself, not the show. The show tested ridiculous,
Higher than the Goldbergs.
higher than Goldberg's. Bryan tested as a character, as playing himself, tested the highest in 10 years of any character on ABC. The highest.
How about that? How crazy?
How crazy is that?
I did my
Everyone
job.
told me, and I used to tell Bryan all the time, "It's getting picked up, man. How do you want? Well, I'm thinking how we spend this money. What do you want to do? Maybe it's only going to help firing the kid."
Because I was going to make $1 million after taxes. That would have been in my bank account after taxes. Everybody, think about that: $1 million after taxes. Yeah.
So we all, I thought I was for sure it was going to get picked up. Bryan, like, I don't even think about it. This business is tricky. I was like, shut the fuck up. It's getting picked up.
I wouldn't acknowledge
man.
it. Remember?
I kept harassing him, like, let's celebrate. Let's go to dinner. And Brian's like, not doing it, man. You never know what's going to happen. Not doing it. And I'm like, dude, you tested the highest in 10 years. It's happening, man. Let's figure out what we want to do with the money. Let's buy a firing kid helicopter.
Yep.
And then
let's go shopping and give everybody the finger. We'll buy another Bentley. Fuck them.
And then what night was that?
I was with Stevie. He went to the gym,
You're in
or he went to
Denver?
get coffee, and I was going to go get a bite, and I got the call.
Who called you?
The producers and Adam Goldberg and Mark Furyk, who created
So
the
you
show.
didn't find out from your agent?
No, they called me.
And what'd they
they were
say?
just as bummed. They were like, they put so much work into it, those guys. So much.
A lot of work.
I mean,
And
and
the
also they
names
gave
involved?
him everything he wanted. And again, I was like, all right, yeah, that's right.
So
that's
how'd
the
they call?
business.
Were they like, hey, Bryan, how's it going, man?
They
How you
said,
doing?
dude, we don't understand it. We don't understand it. And unfortunately, it just didn't get picked up. But you know what's funny about me is I've been doing this so long that when the assistant called me, I knew it was a no. When the assistant.
What do you mean?
Because the assistant, she knows that it's bad news. So what the assistant does is they, hi, Bryan. I have Adam Goldberg and Mark Furyk and Doug Robinson for you. Just that.
Really?
Yes, I've been doing this.
You don't think
The
because
music in her voice. The music in her
she'd
voice.
be like, hey, Bryan, how you doing?
got somebody for you.
I got some good news
Yes.
for you, Adam.
But when you hear
fuck.
somebody drag out their words, like unfortunately, that's how people talk when it's bad news, and you right away know. I'm so good at that. Like, so when my agent calls, usually when it's bad news, it's always that. It's always.
I can usually tell too.
And when you know it's a yes, it's this, Bryan, and you're on speakerphone. Bryan, guess what?
Well,
And
now
then,
it's text. I get, call me, bud.
Yeah.
Call me.
Mm-hmm.
If it's bad, I don't get text. I just get, what's going on? Nothing. What's up? Why are you calling?
That's right.
But so, what did Adam Goldberg and those guys, were they just like, dude, we just don't, we like, did they give you an explanation? Or?
They don't even give those guys an explanation.
What?
Now the good news is the Goldbergs got picked up for 2 more years. That's huge for them and probably for me. It's great. I have a job.
Do you think, yeah, you have a job.
Yeah.
Do you think by extending Goldberg's 2 years, they just didn't want your show to compete with that?
See, I've always
I heard this just not then this
Yeah.
and you explained maybe
Yeah.
I'm off. I was talking to someone who's in the business who's very close to your show and ABC.
Yep.
They had these other shows that shot pilots that they've been waiting to
Yes.
put on, and it's all about time slots.
That's right.
And so there might be 4 spots?
Maybe
Maybe 4.
2.
And you got to wait for one to open up.
Yeah.
And since the Goldbergs got extended 2 years, well, that's not a spot.
That's right.
It's basically like it's the equivalent to sport. You're basically trying to get that kicker job. Those kickers are around forever. You're just waiting for that.
And
spot,
here's what I
waiting
was.
for the spot.
Well, here's
And
what
they never open up.
Here's what I was thinking the whole time. Okay, it was so awesome. We were going to shoot this spinoff. I knew it was great, but it takes place in the '90s. Okay, with
Which
this
I love.
character, right?
Love.
But I thought to myself, hold on, I'm doing great on the Goldbergs, which is taking place in the '80s, and that's a hit show for ABC. Now that's a hit show.
Big show.
Now
huge
you're going
show.
to put the spinoff on, which is 10 years later.
Then your character on the Goldbergs would have to die off or just go away?
I didn't understand how they were going to make that work. I didn't understand how they were going to reconcile the two, because it's almost like there's always a danger that spinoff could take viewers from the you don't want to mess with your golden egg, your golden goose. The goose that's laying the golden eggs. So I just didn't know where it was going to fit. And that's why I was so quiet, and I never, ever even thought about it, because I was like, I don't see, my instincts again, I've been doing this for 23 years now. My instincts are never really wrong. Like, if you see me quiet,
Yeah, I know.
something's
You should
not
be quiet.
Yeah, if you see me talking, it's different. Anyway, I'm quiet anyway. I mean, I don't
True,
care.
you're always
I don't care if
quiet
I get a yes.
I know.
I got to see the check, and I got to see that, And then, of course, as you know, do a season, do 6 episodes, do 13 episodes. You're still waiting for that call. Did they renew us? Did they? It never ends.
It never ends.
It never ends. It never ends for us. You know, you're on your journey here with this business, and you know you're starting to understand that you're killing it with this podcast.
Yeah.
You're killing it with we're killing it with Fighter and Kid.
Yep.
You, of course, because of your nature, want more.
Yep.
You're developing this stand-up career, but you know you're also going to have to contend with, well, what's next? What are we going to do? Me and you and I have some plans.
But the thing is, where you're pointing out the stuff I'm doing, I'm the captain of the ship.
Yeah.
I'm not waiting for ABC or for Adam Goldberg and these guys go, we accept you, we like it, because I want to have some control of my destination.
Dude,
now I'll dabble in TV. I've taken a shot here and there, and sometimes it doesn't work out, sometimes it does. But I'm not riding or dying on them.
You and I have a good idea for something, and we're gonna get that ball going.
That's the only I called after you told me. I'd called Jay. I said, "Hey, wait for Bryan to tell you," but show didn't get picked up. I was really upset, man. I called your wife. I don't know if she told you.
No.
Called your wife, and then I told Jay. I'm like, "Fuck, it sucks, man. I can't believe it." And I said, the only light I see right now is Bryan's had this idea for a script for us, and now he can focus on that.
That's
I
right.
can at least help him with that.
That's right.
And it's a beast.
Yeah.
Everyone told me.
Yeah, we got some stuff. We got some friends that want to set that up already. We'll have some fun. So again, I'd rather, in some ways, anyway, we'll talk about it. But that wouldn't be fun at all. Getting to shoot our own show.
Yeah.
You know what though?
Fine Kid 3D
you know what
steroids.
I wish that you weren't afraid.
I'm afraid.
Yeah, I wish you weren't afraid to do a show with me. That's my only concern. I feel like you're a little upset right now. And
now this might sting a little. What if? I mean, don't get me wrong. The show's your idea. It's your idea. You got to admit.
Yeah.
Do you mind if we cast a more handsome guy as the kid?
What are you saying? Somebody younger?
Yeah, just a tad. Just a tad.
Frank Grillo was torturing me yesterday about. He was another guy who called me right away because he's always in your corner. That dude is the best. And Frank Grillo was like, he just kept dropping things like, dude, well, you got your new show. Sorry. Like, he just kept torturing. We'll use the money from your new show. Oh, shit. How about him? He got to pick up 2 years for Kingdom. They got billboards everywhere. Canceled. Canceled. Hey, you got picked up. You got picked up. Billboards. 2 years. That's worth crazy money for him. I don't want to go into the numbers.
Crazy money.
And hey, guess what? Nah.
They have his picture all over LA right now, like flex with the mouth.
In the UFC.
You're watching the UFC. They have these huge things. Frank
Great
down
picture,
there,
yeah, Frank.
And I'm watching them fight. Someone goes, "Isn't that your boyfriend?" I go, "Yeah, that's Frank." And then right away I go, "That show got canceled."
It's
awkward.
And
then I went, "I can't believe I just said that." And they go, "What?" It's on. I go, "Yeah, it's the last season though. It's over after this."
It's a good season too. Yeah. Kingdom, goddamn, it's good. Matt Hughes is on it. It's a great season.
Nick Jonas sucking dick on there fighting.
That's correct. Nick Jonas, yes, a gay fighter.
Yeah.
Do we have any gay? We have gay female fighters, but we don't know of any male gay fighters. I'm looking forward to that day.
I can't believe there's not one.
We got to get him on the podcast.
I have a couple suspicions of guys you would know, but yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I bet.
Funny story that I wouldn't out him.
No,
That's
of course
not. The way
not.
to do it. I won't be like that fuck from Survivor. You ever seen that?
No.
Where he outed the girl. She was.
Come on.
I'm getting this wrong, but he outed her being. I think it was a transgender person, and he outed him or her the opposite way, and was like, "It's not he's transgender, not even fucking woman or something like that." And that's how the rest of the world found out. And then he's all. And he got roasted so bad for it. He got destroyed for it. He went on like this small campaign, didn't go well.
No.
He's like, I didn't know. I didn't have
honest mistake.
I didn't have coconut water, I was low on electrolytes, and my feelings were hurt. He just threw the grenade.
Dude, my buddy Aris, who won Survivor, told me that at one point they were on this island and he was hunting for snails. He was looking for snakes and snails, and he was so fucking hungry. And they would give him a vitamin C, I think, so they didn't get scurvy because they had no food. At one point, he was cold, wet, and so hungry. And he played D1 basketball. He's a stud, great guy. And he said, I just started to cry. He said, I put my hand on my face in my hand. I was just so miserable. I just started to cry.
Nothing else
and
to
I couldn't boil any more fucking snails. It was just so disgusting.
Can you imagine
he just had belly full of snails when he was lucky.
Oh my God.
It was the worst, dude.
Just such a
he said, oh, and by the way, it ain't safe. There's a lot of dangerous
Hell
shit.
yeah, there's a lot of dangerous
Hunting
shit.
for snakes.
Have you ever seen, like, when you, on Survivor, they're always like, I'm always curious, like, do they hook up? Like,
well, so am I.
like, girl, you need protein. I don't see anything around here.
Yeah.
This can get weird. I got a load here I'm dying to get off. And it's full of nutrients.
I've asked, sometimes they'll hook up, I've heard, but usually you're too miserable and there are cameras everywhere.
There ain't a situation you put me in the world to be too miserable to.
I would agree with you on that,
out.
sir. I would agree with you on that.
I'd be on my desk, like,
yeah.
and she's like,
Hey, that guy still got some
all
life.
right, wow.
Guy still got some life to him after all.
That's where all the nutrients went, am I right?
I got no water in my mouth
How
at
about
all.
you put that parrot mouth on this dick for me for a second?
Yep. And by the way, I'm about to come dust. Hope you don't mind. Sorry about that little dust poof. Came out of my dong mouth.
Fucking Cheeto cheese.
Instead of good douche.
Extra thirsty.
It's powder. Just add water. Yeah, man.
Yeah, talking about outing. But in the UFC, there's a bunch of women like Jessica Andrade who
I would imagine she's
got her ass whipped. Imagine it, and I'm not hating her. I'm not shaming it. Whatever she's about, I'm all for it. She's such a warrior, such a pioneer. If in the new EA Sports video game, they could not create a more lesbian-looking character if they tried. She had shaved, fucking the apocalypto,
very, very masculine,
and then t-shirt.
A very masculine look.
Yeah.
Like
she.
And masculine frame. I mean, she's not unmuscled.
No.
She's got, it's about as muscular as a young man or a young lady.
Young Junchek looked like fucking Ariana Grande next door.
I'd like to.
She had a tan. She was like, God, look at fucking. I was like, God, is it just because Jessica Andrade went the complete opposite and Joanna showed up tan and, I was feeling Joanna that night.
Well, since we got into fight talk, I mean, I wouldn't.
Did you
mind.
get to see the fights?
I saw all the fights, and you called. I think you're 5 for 5.
Yeah, I called him
on that one.
Yeah. Although the one before we go into the one, I was, I wasn't right. I wasn't wrong, but I should have been wrong. Was the Eddie Alvarez Dustin Poirier fight? Eddie Alvarez should have lost that.
Boy,
fight.
did Dustin look good.
Dustin looked great. Eddie did not look good. Eddie, he was on, he was on the back nine of, the fight and looked like it was over and he just started swinging for the fences. He caught Dustin a little bit and then, it was a fun fight to watch. But if Dustin would have been more composed and picked his shots, he would have finished him in a heartbeat. Yeah. It looked like he was going to finish him. Then those illegal knees, which were very illegal. And I think by Herb going, it's a no contest. I don't think he heard my warning. I think Herb was actually saving his ass there because Herb fucked up. Because the first knee was illegal. The second knee was uber illegal and he did nothing. And then you get that. So to be a no contest is super fucked up.
In other words, it should have been you lose by forfeiture, by penalty.
DQ.
Okay.
Yeah. Dustin Poirier should get his win money. Should get the, end the win.
I would agree with that.
Eddie Alvarez was losing that fight. I picked Eddie. I thought it was too much for Poirier, but Poirier looked great. I was wrong on that one.
He looks so good.
Then that Jason Knight, Chaz Kelly, right?
Chaz Kelly?
Yeah.
Love that one.
That was a good fight.
Oh, that was a good fight.
First of all, those prelims, were better than any main card this year, better than any fight night this year. Those 4 fucking prelims, if you missed those, you need to go back and watch them.
I only saw the
those
Kelly.
were
Kelly.
light years better than the main card. They were so fucking good. I was like, oh my God. I even tweeted out. I was like, if
good because of technique and all that, or
just excited. Obviously, there's some like James Vick, this guy James Vick, who's fucking what's he 7-1 in the UFC now. He looked so goddamn good. He looked amazing. That Chase Sherman, who I've trained with before, which I just hit me when I was watching him fight the other night, and that Rashad Coulter. Is Rashad Coulter UFC material? Probably not at all. It looked like the UFC went back about 10 years when he jumped in the cage there, but. Chase Sherman was Rashad Coulter. You saw it. So Chase Sherman kept kicking his leg so bad. He was like, could barely stand. He switched. He looked so out of it. He looked exhausted. And it went to the second round. Like, how's this guy going to survive? And he just started throwing bombs. They just both started throwing bombs. Chase was rocked. It was back and forth.
Wow.
It was fight of the night. They gave it performance of the night. And then Jason Knight's like the redneck Diaz brother. He's like a very like country bumpkin. His whole, you could see his fans had the Confederate flag.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
Yeah. But where he comes from, it's not. If you hear them explain
Southern pride.
Yeah, and then Eddie Alvarez, Dustin Poirier, that one sucks because that Poirier should have been the biggest win of his career. And then he gets fucked. Herb Dean's off right now, man. I mean, I love Herb. He fucked up there. He fucked, and it's too much. We're relying too much on Herb Dean on this.
So what should we rely on?
there should be a committee outside going, no, Herbie fucked up. Right. Those were illegal the whole time. Poirier, this is a DQ on 80 hours. You can't do that.
Right.
Also, the rule is too gray. It needs to be black and white with points of contact on the ground. Then you saw the main card. What do you think?
Loved it.
That David Branch, Jotko fight, fucking awful.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch my fight with Andrei Arlovsky 100 times over that. That fight was so bad. David Branch promised that. Now he's back in. I'm a David Branch fan. He's a World Series, multi-division champion in light heavyweight and middleweight. And he was like, this is because he was in the UFC before and he got cut because he was boring, losing fights. So he was World Series. Now he's world champion.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm a new man. I'm back. I'm bringing the heat. Terrible. I'm a Branch
is
fan.
that because he's just worried to commit? Is it worried? Is it nerves?
UFC jitters is different than World Series of fighting.
So you start fighting. You're fighting just uncharacteristically cautiously.
Well, also that Jotko, who's number 9 middleweight in the world, is better than any fighter he's ever fought in World Series of fighting, and he's ranked number 9.
Yeah,
and he's not going to be there very long. He's number 9.
Yeah.
So but you're world champion, 2 divisions. So of course you can get him. Jotko, he didn't bring the fight. Branch didn't bring the fight. Jotko let him control it, although he was bored of it. So that's what you get.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It takes 2 to fucking tango. It takes 2 to create a boring ass fight. Like Arlovsky, our fight was boring as fuck.
Yeah.
It was him and me.
Yeah.
There's 2 of us.
Yeah.
If someone try to make it exciting, they make it exciting. It's just you both get into that lull dance.
Yep.
And then
now Frankie Edgar, this was an education for me. Okay, why? Because I've been watching fighting for years. I love the game. I've watched a lot of Yair Rodriguez fights. I've certainly seen I've not only seen Frankie Edgar live against Aldo and everybody else, but I've seen him. I've probably seen every fight he's ever had. Now I thought Yair Rodriguez was going to beat Frankie, and I said Frankie's a wrestler and a boxer primarily. And Yair is this ninja. Okay, so to me, I was like, Yair's the new blood. It's going to be a technique and a distance that Frankie can't deal with and all that stuff. And then, of course, you realize, well, first of all, Frankie's greatness, Frankie's maybe, in my opinion, and I'm not saying this just
Mount
after
Rushmore.
I mean, he's Mount Rushmore. Frankie Edgar you have to put him top 5 all-time fighters in UFC, I would say, arguably. He's that good to me. I mean, I just think I really do. I think
he's up there.
Yeah.
This is also the case with, and Frankie's a Hall of Famer, no doubt.
Yeah.
But this is exactly what Frankie should have done to Yair.
Sure.
Like, this isn't, to me.
He's so consistent, though.
Yeah, but it's like, number 2 in the world. Like, I tweet this out too. Yair will be champ. And when he entered the octagon, I looked at my girl and went, he's going to be a superstar. Not right now. He's going to be a huge fucking star. He just has the look. The charisma,
athleticism,
he has his style, like he's your next superstar.
Yeah.
Not now though.
And
now.
He's got the grit. He's got the grit.
He has everything.
Yes.
He has the Mexican fall and he speaks fucking Spanish. Obviously that's his first language.
Yep.
Like a lot, like Kane doesn't. Like he has all the tools. But if you want to talk about mishandling of a superstar, there you go. Out of all the 145ers in the world, name the top 5.
Yeah.
He, I think, matches up and probably beats a lot of these top 5 guys, except for Frankie. There's one guy in there where I would be like, if I'm Yair's camp and I'm the UFC, I'm like, let's give him it. I would like a fight for Yair, Jose Aldo, Max Holloway, Conor McGregor.
Yes.
All those 3 are better matchups.
You're right.
Than
you said a long time ago, you go, the one guy I don't want to see Conor McGregor fight is Frankie Edgar, because Frankie would have probably done the same thing to anybody, including Conor McGregor.
And Yair's a huge fucking 145er, and there's all this hype, and I love that. But sometimes when you see hype, you got to actually break it down and look at it. And you look at his record, I go, I don't see who's the best guy beat, because he smoked an old BJ Penn.
Right.
Before that, you're talking split decisions. Bruce Leroy was a super close split decision. You know what Frankie Edgar would do? He could probably fight the last 5 guys he fought all in the same night, probably at the same goddamn time, and beat them. And so there's this hype. I'm like, not yet, man.
Not yet.
I get how you guys think.
And Frankie said that. Frankie said he's going to be a champ. He's just not ready yet. And that was so interesting.
And the UFC got a pass on this, and I don't give them a pass. And I'm not being super judgmental. I'm just saying you don't get a pass on this, because how many legit superstars does the UFC have? Not many. You get this young guy, Yair, who has all the potential, and I know he wants to fight Frankie Edgar. After 2 fights, I want him to fight Brock Lesnar. They wouldn't let me for a good reason.
Of course, because you're a fighter.
Beat the shit out of me.
Right, because fighters want to fight.
Yair wants to fight everyone. So all right, they go, well, Yair asked for this. Of course he did.
Yeah.
But you have a guy who he's not ready. Let him build. Let him build his fan base. Now, because a lot of people, they're new to the UFC. They bought this pay-per-view. What do you think they think of Yair? He didn't stand a chance in that fight. He got dismantled. So now it's probably going to take 4 to 5 more fights to get him back to where he was at. In the public's eye,
it's
you're ruining.
You're eating your young. You're
fucking
eating,
stupid.
You're devouring your young.
It's stupid.
Yeah,
and literally, you look at the featherweight division. Max Holloway, that's a great fight for him. Jose Aldo, great fight for him. Lamas, great fight. Cub Swanson, great fight. Fucking Jung, great fucking fight. Pettis, great fight.
Everybody but
fucking Frankie Edgar. Everybody.
So what are they thinking? Why are they? Who?
They're not, Bryan. That's the fucking problem.
Is this Dana White?
This is all of them. This is Ari Emanuel. This is the rest of them. They just don't know the fucking game.
That's what it is.
And this is Dana White with $400 million in the bank account going, sure, why not? Back in the day, Dana would be like, hold up. Fuck no. What are you doing?
Because Dana would have known better.
Dana, what? No, Dana is a mastermind when it comes to stuff. Joe Silva would have never let this happen.
Wow.
Never. These new guys, yeah, Frankie's a star. Hey, I guess he is older. Yeah, Yair kid, he could be big. Oh, he speaks Spanish? Sure. And he wants to fight?
Classic mismanagement. Classic mismanagement and crazy. Crazy.
Just don't know what they're doing.
Wow.
And but it's people go, well, because you talk about how Canelo learned so much after that loss to Floyd Mayweather. He was 22 when he fought Floyd Mayweather. Talking about a different thing. Floyd, who's undefeated, Canelo, didn't have a lot of spotlight at the time. In boxing, it's a little different. In MMA, it's just this is a tough one. He's gonna be fine. He's still gonna be champ, but it's just I don't see the benefit from it. No, I just don't.
And also you risk getting like damage to your eye and like just crazy shit like that.
I got fucked up.
Yeah, it can fuck your.
It wasn't
vision
even
up.
A fight. It was a straight up beat down.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh fuck, they shouldn't be in the same octagon.
Yeah.
It's silly.
You just saw a young kid with great heart, like, and grit, but it's like, who wants to see
jiu-jitsu's fun to watch. Stuff like, right here, Renzo Gracie black belt. What jiu-jitsu are you talking about?
Renzo Gracie black belt. He doesn't give those belts out.
What the fuck are we talking about?
And a D1 wrestler.
That matchup's terrible, man.
And also
it's a bummer. It's just a bummer. What else you got, Jen? God. Let me see. I'm saying the other fights. Damian Maia, Jorge Masvidal.
Yeah, and
such a tough fight to call.
And I thought Masvidal only because he's on such a tear and stuff. But like you said, when he gets a hold of you, by the way, Damian Maia said this is my toughest fight. I mean, he was on. Jorge Masvidal did a great job.
Wore him like a backpack.
Yeah, wore him like a backpack. Did a good job of keeping him from not getting submitted. But at the end of the day, it was just. Classic Damian Maia, man. I don't know. What'd you think?
How impressive is it? Damian Maia, he's won 7 in a row. I could ask my mom, hey, what do you think Damian Maia is going to do this next fight? We know his game plan. There's not a person alive that knows MMA that doesn't know exactly what Damian Maia is going to do.
Still can't plan for it.
Still can't stop him.
Nope.
How the fuck is that not marketable? How the fuck does it take 7 wins to get a title shot finally? And then finally, Dana White goes, come on, Dane goes, you got it. 7 wins. And we know exactly what he's going to do. No, there's no one else ever in the history of UFC besides Royce Gracie till now. Till this.
It's funny.
He's doing it now.
You see Brian Stan give Brian Stan. So he goes, come on, let's go, Tyron Woodley. I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you, And Tyron goes, if he thinks he's gonna do to me what he did to Jose Heyman, because Tyron's a great wrestler, and Brian Stan got up and gave him a 100-pound backpack. He goes, I want you to wear his backpack for a while. In fact, and Brian jumped on his back. And he goes, just carry me around for a while. And Tyron was like, ah! He goes, get used to this because you're going to be wearing him like a backpack.
Now,
as well.
Different story. Woodley Maia, different story.
Explain that.
Jorge, as far as complete overall fighter, is better than Maia and Woodley. As far as like doing everything, like as a mixed martial artist,
striking and all that.
Putting it together, how long he's been doing it. He's been a mixed martial artist for way longer than both of them.
Yeah, love him.
But Damian Maia, as far as grappling, jiu-jitsu, best in the world. Woodley, as far as wrestling and like in power, it's gonna be tough. He's not taking Woodley down.
He's not taking Woodley down.
He's gonna have to pull guard, half guard, like he did with Jorge, and I love when he did that. I love when he does that. So his only hope is to get Woodley on top of him, get an underhook, pulling him into half guard, and sweeping him. because you ain't taking Woodley down.
You're not taking Woodley down.
A different story.
Okay.
Way tougher matchup for him.
Really?
I'm not crazy about the matchup for him.
Really?
Yeah. I need to think about it more. But as soon as the fight was over, I was like, that's a tough fight for him. This next one.
Because Woodley's not hearing a peep out of his wrestling. Okay. And Damian Maia will always say, I'm not doing jiu-jitsu, I'm doing MMA grappling.
Yes.
Right? I'm punching people into position. I'm getting them in
all
position.
Maia should be working on is getting close, getting an underhook, and pulling him on top of him.
And if he pulls him on top of him, what then? Damian Maia does the Damian Maia
Damian
stuff.
Maia gets the half guard, that deep half guard, and he gets the underhook, and it's fucking
weird shit
the
happens.
best in the world.
Weird shit
He
happens.
gets it. The best in the world gets there. And he's so fucking good at it.
Right.
That's a tough matchup for him. This is my thing. And again, with Daniel Cormier being the analyst and Rogan, they got Anik. It's a great team. They were off on the commentary, and I'll tell Joe this to his face. They were like, these are close rounds. The fuck? What close rounds are you referring to?
Right.
This was the clearest 30-27. I even have it 30-26. And for a lot of viewers, they don't know, this is the issue. When the commentators sway an opinion, people will go, oh, no, he's right, man. Masvidal did more damage on the feet. No, he didn't. Well, when it was on the feet for maybe 2 minutes, he didn't really do any damage. Maybe in the third round, he landed a good shot. Not really.
Right.
When you have someone's back, that is as dominant a position as anything in the octagon. Right. Mount, side control, half guard. When you have someone's back and you control their back, it is so fucking dominant, it's not even funny. Mm-hmm. If the judges knew what they were doing, some of those rounds are actually 10-8 rounds. When you control a man for 4 minutes,
that's a 10-8 round. That should be a 10-8 round.
That first round, when at the very end, like with 30 seconds left or whatever, he flips him over and does that, I don't give a fuck what that was. He controlled him for basically 4 minutes before that. Controlled a man on his back, looking to finish the fight. Name one instance when Damian Maia was about to get finished in that fight. Never. Some of those rounds should have been 10-8 if you actually know what the fuck is going on in the fight game. So when they're like, Damian Maia's corner, I think he has this in the books. I don't know. I could see it going Jorge's way on the feet. In what rule book are you referring to? Right. That fight wasn't close. Damian Maia, this is his fighting style. He plays it very safe. He controlled him the entire fight, was in no danger, but he dominated the fight. There was no damage done because he's not looking to punch or anything like that. He's just looking to choke him out. Well, I didn't know Jorge Masvidal had the fucking BJJ defense from Pluto.
Unbelievable.
It was unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Amazing.
The only guy, went 3 rounds, and that's amazing, man.
Amazing. Yeah, my hat's off to Jorge. It's just a bad match.
Where does he train? Jorge's down in top
ATT,
team?
yeah.
Yeah.
But, that fight was
probably just worked. He probably just had a guy on his back all the time in training.
Clear as day, 30-27.
The first round was the one, like the very, very ending of the first round is when I was like, oh, something's gonna happen, but that was it.
Yeah, that's the last 20 seconds. He shook him off and did a little bit of ground and pound.
The only damage I saw that.
You talking about Damian had a full body lock. Do you know how dominating that is in grappling?
That's a nightmare. You can't breathe.
That's the worst thing you can get. But this is how you know that was such a dominant round. When Jorge walked in the octagon, I guarantee backstage and went, "What do we not want to have happen? I want to get taken down and he gets my back. That's all we care about. Anything else, have fun. Cool." Within a minute, he's on his back like a goddamn koala bear. All right, Jorge, that's the first round. The second round, what do we not want to have happen? We don't want him to get under us, sweep us, and get my back. Exactly. Other than that, have fun. You got it. Fuck! Got his back. All right, third round. All right, man, we're down 2 rounds. Some would say 10-8, but who knows? I think I heard Rogan and DC say you're winning. I think. That's crazy. But listen, this third round, what do we not want to have happen? I don't want him to get my back. Exactly. Just whatever you do in first rounds, don't do in third round. You got it. Cool. How's it end with him on my back? Now, what did we learn from this? I can't stop him from taking my back.
You can't stop Damian Maia from doing
exactly
anything he wants to do.
That's exactly how the fight went down. What's the worst going to happen? He gets my back.
It's Damian Maia.
The very best in the world.
Yeah.
And I would have, it just didn't happen for whatever reason because, they both played safe. Wonder Boy versus Woodley. I would love if Wonder Boy would have won that fight because you have Wonder Boy who's the purest form of striking in the world. It's like we went back to 1993.
Yep.
And then Damian Maia comes out in a gi. Yeah. And then it's Hoist versus...
It's going back to 1991.
And you know what bums me out is WME is so fucking stupid. They probably wouldn't even pick up on that history.
They don't know the game.
You could have that poster. You do the exact copy of the 1993 poster, but have Damian Maya and Wonder Boy in there. It'd be so sick.
They don't have that imagination. Why don't you go be an executive at UFC? Because I mean, those are good ideas from a marketing
Then
standpoint.
Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
Real quick, that thing he was doing with the body triangle and he's on his back but standing up.
Yes.
So is it better to be standing up the whole time because he wouldn't go to the ground, right, for a long time?
Yeah, do you see how Maya wanted to grab a leg to bring him down? Yeah, Maya's gonna have way more options if it hits the ground. So he didn't want to keep him standing. But the thing is, holding it standing, it's actually pretty exhausting on the guy carrying him more on his legs. You're basically carrying he's probably 185 pounds. Then they're 188. You're carrying a 108-pound man. That's why he had him against the cage because it relieves some of the pressure.
Right.
And people are like, God, Maya's gonna be exhausted. He was tired, but Maya was doing fucking body locks when he was 3 years old. Yeah. Like that's his comfort zone.
Yep.
He's gonna do that all
happy
fucking
place.
day. Yeah, that's literally his cool. I'll stay here. I'm what people don't understand is he's dominating the fight there. Dominating. It's not like some people are like, oh, this is boring. That's fine. Fuck off. He is literally dominating. If this is basketball, he scored 50 points. Correct. The other dude scored 0. Figure it out.
Yep.
God damn it.
Yep. Now,
Joanna,
first of all, I have a question.
Hey, before we go on this,
I'm
pissed so bad. Now I know I went before this, and some guy was blowing the bathroom up, so we hurried up.
I'm gonna help. I'm gonna secure your hips,
please, man.
Maybe
before
the
you go
smell's
on
gone
Joanna.
away. Let's go do some pissing.
All right.
Now, I'll say this about Joanna Jędrzejczyk. I'm gonna make a statement. I want you to tell me what you think of this. She's a woman, and her level of striking is as high as maybe anybody that's been in the octagon, with the exception, I guess, of guys like Anderson Silva.
No, she's more decorated than Anderson.
Well, there you go. So that's remarkable. I was so blown away. I've never seen anyone be able to. The game plan, I guess, was to eat all her jabs. I'm being serious, and all her leg kicks, and just keep moving forward. But
just to land one.
She just wasn't even. Her head wasn't even snapping back. I don't know if it was that Joanna wasn't hitting her hard. She looked like she was just fine after 5 rounds of walking straight into. Yeah, but walking straight into shot after shot after shot. Her face didn't look like it was torn up. I was amazed by that. I don't know if
I'm not that amazed by, and again the commentating was how tough is Jessica Andrade. I think she won over a lot of fans here. These girls they're strawweights.
So they're not able to hit each other hard.
Joanna, she's not a knockout artist.
Right.
She's, to me, she's bar none, hands down, the best striker in mixed martial arts right now.
That's amazing.
By far, doesn't matter.
Man, woman.
Doesn't matter.
She gets the
And people go, well, what about, the Bullet Valentine? You're talking about her outside the octagon credentials. Inside the octagon, as far as doing it all, putting it together with technique, Joanna's the best.
Yeah.
And then she has the Muay Thai world championship
takedown defense,
all that. Yeah, she closed the gap on her takedown defense in wrestling.
Yes,
so she's even more of a handful. But at strawweight, Jessica Andrade, she landed a few good shots. She kept coming forward, but they're strawweights. Yeah. Like no one's getting knocked out.
Yeah,
if you see a finish, it might be a cut here, it might be a submission, but the strawweights.
Yeah.
So. For the UFC, it's so much better that Joanna Jędrzejczyk keeps winning because she's starting to gain a little momentum. Like people are starting to know who she is, even though she's a strawweight, and she's a killer. She's an exciting fighter. She's a great fighter.
I watch her. I'm watching her technique,
fighter.
like that jab, and it's exciting to watch her pinpoint accuracy and everything else about her. She's amazing.
I will say this too, man. I will say this about Joanna. I'm on the Joanna train now. She's the greatest female fighter UFC's ever had.
That's completely legitimate.
And if anyone out there wants to argue with me, compare her competition to Ronda's, Misha's, Gina Carano's.
Yep.
Look at who she's fought.
Yeah.
If you stack the competition up, granted, it's 2017, so of course there's going to be more competition, but okay, whatever. Just look at the legit people she's faced and how many times she's defended the belt and the way she's doing it, and it's not even close. And she's in there for 25 minutes destroying the girls. Not 16-second submission real quick. Not 30 seconds here. Not this. She's completely dismantling them in 5 rounds.
Yeah.
She's outclassing all these girls in 5 rounds. She has some close fights with Claudia Gadeja, all that. But still, how tough is fucking Claudia?
Yeah.
But still, I literally think she is the best women's mixed martial artist of all time.
Yeah, I don't know how these women like Claudia Gadelia and Andrade are that muscular. They're just so thick and strong. It's with traps.
You look at Joanna, look, there's not a lot of, I don't know what's out there. They're going to do the new featherweight division, right?
The 125.
The 125s. So Joanna can go there next. Hopefully they can build up a star there so she can have the, cross-pollinate there and become even more of a star. But in general, you look at strawweight, there's not a lot going on there for her. You got Rose probably next.
Yeah. Here's what I think though with someone like Jessica Andrade is that her ability to weather that kind of punishment and close in and just start swinging will probably the reason she's got a high ranking will probably work against everybody.
Most girls that aren't at that world class level because she lands one of those. It's
that's
trouble.
Right. So someone like Rose Namajunas, who's great, is going to have to rely on her jiu-jitsu on taking her back or something. And
Jessica be in trouble with Rose on the ground.
Yeah,
but you look at that. There's not a whole lot going on in strawweights. Like Joanna's clearing that division out. She'll probably be 10-time champ. I don't see anyone close to being there. Maybe Claudia Gadeja if you do that for a 3rd time, but no one really wants to see it. I guess. Mm-hmm. But
she's just amazing.
Joanna looked amazing.
She's an extreme.
And then the main event, Stipe was just like, I have zero respect for JDS. Jesus. As soon as I touch him, this fight's over.
Crazy.
Walked through him.
Yeah, and so as a heavyweight, it seems that Junior looked so good against Ben Rothwell, but when he was circling out, his hands were open, like he wasn't protecting his face.
But that's how JDS. I don't care about that. I'm more worried that JDS had those wars with Kane took it out of him. Then he takes all that time off. Then he loses to Alistair Overeem. He gets knocked out. Then he fights Ben Rothwell, who's the perfect fight for him. He doesn't get touched.
Yeah,
and then you have to fight Stipe, who I thought beat you the first time.
Yeah.
He's only gotten better, has more confidence. Now you have to fight him again.
Yeah.
And Stipe's camp knew, we just fuck this dude.
Just walk him down.
We'll walk him down and punch him right in the face.
But when you say walk him down, you're talking about a guy who hits, you're talking about a giant man who's
he
a great
never really
boxer.
He never really fired.
He didn't.
And
Is that just a lack of confidence? Or?
That, and I just think he was a little bit hesitant, and I just think JDS time is over. There's runs. Everyone has their runs. JDS run is over. It's just what it is. Here's a tricky one for you. Here's something for you to chop on. Uh-huh. Is Stipe the greatest heavyweight of all time? You look at his record, it's going to be tough to argue that he's not.
I think the fight for Stipe, and I don't think he's fighting anymore, is I can answer that only when I see him fight Cain Velasquez.
And, Cain's taking time off. He has injuries. Let's just go through Stipe's record real quick here. So he beat Roy Nelson. He beat Gabriel Gonzaga. He beat Junior Dos Santos, even though they said they gave it to Junior. He fucking murked Mark Hunt, most punches ever landed in a heavyweight fight. He murked Andrei Arlovsky. He murked Fabricio Verdum. He fucking murked Alistair Overeem. He destroyed Junior Dos Santos. So just when he was a champ, just to become champ, he beats Fabricio Verdum, who some regard as best heavyweight team, knocks him out in his hometown in the first round. Fights Alistair Overeem. Some would say the best striker of all time to touch the heavyweight division. He knocks him the fuck out in his hometown.
Yep.
Then he fights Junior Dos Santos. Some say the best boxer of all time in the UFC. He knocks him out.
I'm going to add an asterisk to it all.
How weird is it?
There's one asterisk I got to add. All of those guys,
I know what you're gonna say.
Junior Dos Santos, Alistair Overeem, Fabricio Verdum even, definitely Andrei Arlovsky, and definitely Mark Hunt, all of them are past their prime.
How can you say that, though? Fabricio Verdum, you can't say it as heavyweight. Some of those, I get the argument for some of them. Fabricio Verdum, when he won, was the heavyweight champion of the world.
Here's the thing about Fabricio
and the best
Verdum.
He's ever been.
There's something that happened. There's something between when he beat Kane and when he beat up
Mark Hunt, flying knee.
Yep, and
knocked him out.
And also the tall giant guy.
Struve?
No, who you fought? Who beat your last fight?
Oh, Travis Brown. Beat the shit out of him.
So all that, and I
great.
feel like something. He just looked in the 2 fights after that. He looked like a different fighter, right? So
not really.
His body and everything.
They're in Brazil. He rushes Stipe. Stipe knocks him out.
Yeah.
Most of the time that works for people. Stipe knocks him out.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's fair to go, Verdum's over the hill.
No.
But wait. Before that, he fucking murked Travis Brown. Murked him.
He did murk him.
And so, so now he's over the hill? Because he rushed in the first round, got knocked out? Or is Stipe that good?
He might be. He might be. I mean,
and then we follow Alistair Overeem. Alistair Overeem's coming off biggest wins of his career.
Yep. He keeps getting
and
better.
Remember, heavyweights, the older they get, they age like fucking fine wine.
Well, also
featherweights age like fucking fruit.
Stipe really, if you also look at his camp, it's like one thing when you're an American top team, you got the best of the best. In a lot of ways, Stipe was a full-time firefighter and he was working out. Still is. And working out in Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, where
there's no one there. He used to fly to Denver for training partners.
Well, there you go.
Used to train together all the time.
Yeah, so he's got like this kind of like, I mean, I'm sure his team is, he gives him credit and he should. I'm sure his team is great and those guys know what they're doing, but it's I don't know what his training partner's like.
Well, he'll work with like Weidman, who'll go to New Jersey. He'll work with, he works with killers, but his camp is his boys. Like he doesn't, it ain't shit, to be honest.
And then
That's what's
lives.
even more impressive.
And he saves lives and works with his hands like a blue collar fucking prince. I love that guy. And how about his voice? You know who he sounds a lot like? Who does he sound a lot like? Who's a friend of yours?
Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Cody.
Oh.
Cody
Donovan?
Cody Donovan. They have a kind of a similar voice, don't they?
He does, yeah.
Hey, Mom, I love you.
Yeah.
Mom, everything about him, like, Mom, I love you. You're the best mom in the world.
Yeah.
He's just aggressive. I'm like, Jesus, you're all man. God, you're aggressive.
Happy
Mother's Day, Mom. I love you. What's for dinner? I can't
Best in the world.
I'm a giant man. I'm fucking Croatian.
Well, you're from Cleveland, but yeah. Easy on the Croatian stuff.
Stipe Miocic.
Wait, there's argument that he's the best of all time.
Listen, man.
The only fight to make is really is Kane, but I don't know what Kane's doing.
Yeah.
You can't give him anyone else. And online, like, what about Francis Gano? Hey, man, listen. Francis is a scary black guy. I get it. We're all scared of black people. That's why he gets so much hype. I get that.
He's also ridiculously muscular.
That's fine. All black guys are. Listen.
Hey, man.
Hey, I'm going to go ahead and toss up another stereotype, but he has a huge French hog. All right?
Why do you say that? Why do you say it? I mean, why do you say if he pulls his pants up?
Bring up his record.
Je suis.
Je
suis faim. Yeah,
I realize he has Pepe.
I'm hungry. Je suis faim.
Listen, I realize he has Pepe Le Pew in his pants. That's all fine and dandy. Yep. And he's a big, scary black guy, and he knocks people out.
He is an amazing-looking human being.
He is great. He's beat.
Wow.
Again, this very similar to the Yair case here. Who's the best guy he's beat?
Andre Arlovski.
And how far past his prime is Andre Arlovski?
Yeah, 40. He's 48.
You clip Andre, he's going to sleep
years
these
old.
days.
That's right.
Before that, he beat Anthony Hamilton.
Yeah.
Before that, he beat Bojan Miljevacic. Before that, he beat Curtis Blades.
Yeah.
Before that, he beat Luis Henrique.
It's pronounced Luis Enrique.
And before that, he beat Luis Henrique.
And then Luke Ngeleka.
But and again, he's gonna be in the UFC heavyweight is completely full of dinosaurs. He's gonna be a top fiver. I think he's 6 now. He might be 5. I don't know what the fuck he is. The hype on this guy is insane. I get he's a scary black guy and he knocks people out. Name one really good grappler that he's faced. You say, well, Anthony Hamilton was in college. Fuck you. I'm talking about like a Stipe. I'm talking about a Kane.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a dude who's not going to sit there and trade bombs.
Going to wear him like a sweater and just get him on the ground. And all that muscle has got to be fed.
I tell you guys, we've seen this before. I know it sound like I'm hating. I'm not. I just don't buy into the hype trains because I know how this game works. You talking about Czech Congo. He's Czech Congo.
Yeah. In other words,
hey, he's Czech Congo.
He's very, very muscular.
He's Czech Congo. You see what Kane did to Czech Congo when he had fucking 2 fights under his belt?
Yeah.
He got clipped. He took him down.
Yeah.
Wore him out.
Yeah. That's what happens. That's a lot.
And also the other little bit of red flag, he moved from France to Vegas. He wants to get serious about his training. He ain't wrestling in France.
No.
Mm-mm. And I hate to tell you, there ain't shit in Vegas anymore.
No.
We ain't grapple Frank Mir? Who the fuck's in Roy Nelson? If you want to jump in Floyd Mayweather's camp, go ahead. What the fuck's in Vegas these days?
Right.
And you got to be in California, New Jersey, New York, or Florida.
That's it.
Other than that, it's going to be tough.
Over with the Black Zillions. Or
better get your ass to Albuquerque.
Yeah.
The Vegas, I don't know who the fuck's training with Vegas.
Girls.
UFC.
Well, this game, hey, the fight game ain't for wimps.
I'm not saying he's not going to be a fucking superstar. What I'm saying right now, people, I want to see Francis Stipe. What the fuck? Why would Stipe take that fight?
Right.
He just beat legends after legends. Let's get the new guy in
We didn't
here.
just beat legends.
Let's get Czech Congo with braids
He
in
knocked
there.
them all out.
Yeah.
He put them all
knocked
to
them all
sleep.
out. Finished all of them.
Right away. with one.
The only guy he
Sit
didn't
there.
finish was Stipe. I'm sorry. The only guy he didn't finish was JDS, and actually he won that fight.
He just comes in too, like the bap, bap, bap.
Hey, no respect.
No.
There can be anything worse as a fighter. If you're like, come on, man, you know I can punch. Yeah, I get that. Check this out. What's up? Yeah, fuck's sakes, bro. Let me warm up for a second.
God. Yeah, nah. I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Great
and not
fight
put
night,
you to sweat.
though.
Yeah, it's great.
What else you got going on, buddy? We're in Oklahoma this fucking...
We are in Oklahoma.
Beautiful Oklahoma.
I'm taking a lot of the summer off, buddy.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Because you're...
I'm going to be a gentleman boxer. I got
Took summer off.
Got to lick my wounds.
You took summer off because you thought you were filming.
Yeah, sure did. Yeah. Actually, no,
Hey. You thought you were going to be shooting your own spinoff.
Yeah, but... No, because, see, the thing is, I was... No, because I was thinking about...
No, you even wrote me a small role on it. And...
take the summer off on a voluntary because I want to. It's
no,
voluntary.
Man. That's not a big deal. You figure that's not. Big.
I don't know.
It's not that much money,
and it's going to happen.
It's
again.
not that much
it's
money.
It's not that much money after tax.
Would you have been selling out every theater across the country? Did you have a hit spinoff on ABC?
I would have been Brendan Schaub.
Maybe.
I would have been Brendan Schaub.
Get the fuck
I would have been Brendan
out
Schaub
of
if that
here.
happened. Still doing clubs. Here's the thing. Yeah, it's only money and more fame. Now.
It's not a big deal. You've
It's
only
not a
been
big deal. I'll get another spinoff
You've only been
of my character.
yearning for this your entire life.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. That phone call, that was the phone call you've been waiting for your entire life.
Right. Well, for 23 years in Los Angeles, I said to my wife, I go, if this happens, it'll be one of the biggest goals that I'll be able to scratch off. And
Hey, look at me. The biggest.
now that I'm talking about it, I'm starting to get sad again.
Sorry, man.
You know what?
I think
I was fine coming in here, and now my heart's feeling a little heavy.
it should, though.
I need some helium balloons for my heart, somebody.
Hey, you know what, though? I see what I don't want that. Like, I love when you're like, that's the best sign. It goes, look at me. My feelings were fucking hurt, and I wasn't even part of it. Also, when my show that I thought was going to get picked up and didn't get picked up, I was fucking sad, man. I think it's fine to be like, I'm not saying it should define you as a actor or as a man and you should go into hiding and like you're going on a bender like Andy Dick, and we'll get into that.
Sure.
I'm not saying that. But I'm saying, like, just fuck, yeah, man, this fucking sucks.
Well, here's the thing. The problem is this, that when you've been doing it so long and when your heart has been, when they've taken your heart out of your body, and then what they do is they stomp on it. You know how you pound veal and you bread it? When they pound your heart, they bread it, and then they pour salt on it so nothing will ever grow again.
Put some hot sauce on top of it.
And they put some hot sauce so nothing else will grow, and then they radiate it for a good hour. So now you don't recognize it, but it's this long, flat thing, and they put it back in your chest.
Feeling.
You don't feel anything. Yeah, you don't feel anything.
I don't know if that's good.
Well, see, I don't feel anything, and I'm being serious. When I say that I'm 100% over it, it's why, oh, come on, a little bit. No, listen to me. It's not, I can't help it. I'm moving on. I'm actually writing a lot of new shit, and I'm just moving on. Because that's the business.
I thought you were going to be suicidal, and I was thinking about all this stuff.
What are you going to do for me?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and cancel all the hookers in Vegas.
No, hold on.
Nope.
Hold on.
Hey, if you're listening to this, Vegas VIP, go ahead and snort all that.
No, hold on, because my wife says, what are you doing with all this? I'll be like, I'm sad.
Yeah, I know.
My heart.
You get a hall pass.
I didn't know. I was crying, and he presented them to me. I thought you said it was okay.
You're not doing lines of coke off this dick.
That's the only way you can get away with it. Just start crying and go,
Yep.
I've been so sad.
No.
My friend got caught with two girls. He was
cheating?
He was with two girls. Well, he's dating two at the same time. And
he's a player.
The girl comes to his thing, and she goes, what are you doing with, are you seeing such and such? He goes, no. And all of a sudden, he sees her. She comes around. They've gotten together. She goes, really? And he goes, well, I guess I'm a dick now. And then he got
run off.
He got out of it by going, I have trouble connecting with people. He like really vulnerable and stuff like that.
Start crying?
He kind of like, he was just like, I need you to help me connect. And sure enough, he went right back to having sex with both of them.
At the same time?
I think that at the end of the day, he was like, now that I got caught, we'll figure this out.
Good Lord.
Terrible.
You have some current events, Jen?
Yes, sir. And for what it's worth, Bryan, I was actually really bummed out too when I found out.
Thank you, buddy.
I saw it on Instagram when you posted it, so.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the first time I saw it when we posted that video?
Yeah.
That video was fun.
I had no idea, so.
It is what it is.
All right, current events. Steve Harvey. He sent out a memo to his staff.
Did you see this?
Nope.
Oh,
this is good then. So he sent out a memo to his staff that worked in the Chicago studio. For the 5th season that they were going into, he said, I'll show you what he actually wrote.
Please
here.
read the actual memo.
Yeah.
Because I saw this on Twitter. I'm like, this is a joke.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. I'd like you to review and hear the following notes and rules for Season 5 of my talk show. There will be no meetings in my dressing room, no stopping by or popping in, no one. Do not come to my dressing room unless invited. Do not open my dressing room. If you open my door, expect to be removed. My security team will stop everyone from standing at my door who have intent to see or speak to me. I want all the ambushing to stop now. That includes TV staff. You must schedule an appointment. I have been taken advantage of by my lenient policy in the past. This ends now, no more. Do not approach me while I'm in the makeup chair unless I ask to speak with you directly, either knock or use the doorbell. I am seeking more free time for me throughout the day. Do not wait in the hallway to speak to me. I hate being ambushed. Please make an appointment. I promise you I will not entertain you in the hallway, and do not attempt to walk with me. If you are reading this, yes, I mean you. Everyone, do not take offense to the new way of doing business. It is for the good of my personal life and enjoyment. Thank you all, Steve Harvey. I'm going to go on record as saying that I understand it. And I'm going to go on record as saying that may be very direct, but it's very honest. And I think that when you're Steve Harvey and you have everyone wanting a piece of you, you start to lose your mind. And I think he might be trying to save his literal mind.
This is so funny. My brother sent me this, and I went, you're going to think I'm an asshole, but I understand it. At a small scale, I can understand. And people are like, you guys are dicks, blah, blah, blah.
Nope.
I told my brother, I go, I get it to the point where if you're trying to get somewhere, you're thinking about a project, you're thinking about a bid, or you're thinking about this, and people are constantly stopping you, and you got energy this, and you're let's get back that, and you're
it's bad for your health.
It's just it's hard to get things done.
Yeah.
I can only imagine. I mean, I'm not a celebrity by any means. Steve Harvey, and you're your own talk show, and you have this going on. He's selling out theater stuff like that. So I'm not. Is it a dick? Should he have sent a memo out? I don't know. It must be a real problem if he has to be this clear and precise.
He's the kind of guy who, and I've heard this from other people.
He's
very open.
Successful.
He's a very open. He's a comedian. So Steve Harvey his whole life has been available, and he's a gregarious man who people like, and they see him and they smile and they want to talk to him. No human being, especially as you get to a certain age, can deal with that kind of constant human onslaught and energy. You will stop being effective as what you do, and you get unhappy because nobody is made to have people without any kind of warning come up and hit you with problems all day. Because let me tell you something with Steve. When they're coming to him, they want something or they're hitting him with a problem.
He's also putting out fires, though, because from what I've heard, he's actually a good dude.
Yes.
And he's trying to put it, he's going to help you.
Yes.
So that's just adding
He's asking for you to make an appointment. He's asking you to give him some.
So you can organize.
Yes. He's asking you to give him
most people,
time.
like, Howard Stern last Adam was like, fuck you, like all this stuff. Howard's like, I'm busy, like, you know, to figure that stuff out. Like, this isn't the way to do it, this memo. The memo's a little harsh, but I go back thinking, all right, if I was Steve Harvey, it must have been so bad. It was like, dude, before we start the season 5, I have to ask this.
Yeah.
And also in writing, I bet if you talked to him, it wouldn't be this bad.
I hate being ambushed. Please make an appointment. That's
it must
fair.
be really bad.
Do not wait in the hallway to speak to me. I get it. The minute you open the door, yeah, what's up? It can get crazy.
We have no break.
You don't have any break. And I think that's a man doing whatever he can to keep himself sane.
Now, it's different if you see, like, I don't know if you've seen, I don't know, I think Jay sent to me, Justin Bieber's Demands. He was in India doing a show. If you saw the Demands, it's so insane. That's a diva. Yeah. Like, he wanted, there has to be a bowling alley movie theater within a mile. There has to be coconut water this temperature. There has to be these M&Ms. There has to be this Starbucks. This, like, 5
is it
fresh
real, though?
Yeah.
It is.
They release it like, look what this motherfucker's at for.
Wow.
And people are like, he did the same thing to us. So whatever, that's his thing, that's fine. That's a diva. With Steve Harvey, he's not asking for all pink M&Ms.
He's asking for space. He's asking for space.
So he can get his job done.
And he's being direct about it. And I don't know how else you would do it, believe it or not.
I don't either, because you're again, it's like the rule with the hands down on the octagon mat. It's very gray, so people are constantly going to play in this weird field. If they make it black and white, you know where to go.
And I believe he's been taken advantage.
You have to be black and white.
He's been taken advantage of by his lenient policy.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like it must have been so bad, and black people don't use inside voices, where he was just like, holy fuck, man. We gotta chill.
If you look at guys like Tom Cruise, and I've had a limited exposure with people who have worked with people like that very intimately. They are a machine. So when they say yes or no, if they say yes, an entire industry moves in that direction. And probably, without exaggeration, 2,000 people get paid because he said yes. Okay?
Tom Cruise?
But
Steve
I'd say
Harvey's
more.
a far cry
I'd say
from Tom
more.
Cruise.
Right.
Yeah, I hear your
but
point.
so what happens with those guys is they just, if they don't have a shield or some kind of a measuring stick or something to keep
someone to filter the bullshit.
you would go crazy. You would go fucking crazy.
That's why he signed for Scientology.
There you go.
What do you think, Chin? Do you think we're going to go that angle, or do you think we're going to roast him?
I didn't know what angle he was going to go, but after I saw his interview, because at face value, it just sounds
so harsh.
Yeah, it sounds super
Black
harsh.
and white, it's so harsh.
But then I saw like a transcript of his interview with someone from Entertainment Tonight, and he was saying how like he couldn't even go into his dressing room just to eat a meal without someone popping in and saying like, "Well, here's my friend. Can you get him an autograph or take a picture?" Like he would never have those moments. So
there you go.
I get it.
It fucks up your performance because you literally have no downtime to gather your thoughts.
And
for
believe
you.
me, people say, "Can you come take a picture?" And they come.
I'm
in
sure
your
all the time,
dressing room.
yeah.
Look, I love people, and I got a big fuse for it. And on my small level,
Yeah, probably one of the
happens
best
to me
I've seen.
all the time. I'm a guy who can deal with it. And I do, but even for me, who has an endless capacity for that can get. It's just you're a human being. It's just too much.
Even in the Rogan, we're
love my
outside
fans,
Comedy
but-
Store, and the same guy kept coming running. Whoa, what do you need, man? Like I'm trying to have a conversation with my friends. I took the picture.
Yeah.
We had a conversation. What else you want? He's
Rogan's
like,
good at
He's all
doing
nothing. I just sweat. He's like, it's over, brother. It's over, man. I'm literally trying to have a conversation with my friend here.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be a dick, but we good? He goes, he goes, we're not hanging out. What are you doing? No, man. I did a show. I'm just trying to have a conversation here. And I'm like, God. And I went, that's a little rough. He goes, it's not though.
No.
It's not. That guy, there's a ton of people
I've
like
seen
that.
Joe have
They
to
just
deal with
keep
it.
coming back. He goes, they will take advantage of your time.
And they're in your face. They don't get it. And it's like, I've seen him have to. He's very good at shutting that shit down because it gets crazy.
And this is at where he works, so it's tougher. If you're out in the public and you
There's
do a
nowhere to
show,
escape for him.
you kind of expect people to come up to you. But when you're at work and they're constantly, bringing people into your dressing room,
You also get physically grabbed a lot. So if you're me, they don't do that when I'm with you. It's so interesting.
They don't grab you?
But I get grabbed, and it's fine. They're just young guys. They're drunk. They love
Like,
you.
what's up, B?
And something they'll hit your chest. They'll hit you. They'll grab you. They just love you. But it's just energy that you have to deal with. And again, nobody loves it more than me. Nobody loves it. I love all of it. They're all great. It's
I don't
so
like to
exciting.
get grabbed.
No, but I get grabbed because
No, touchy,
because a lot of
touchy.
the guys are bigger. They're just like and they just love you. They just so it's all right. But it's energy. It's energy. It can that all the time. Where you deal with your Steve Harvey
See,
all the time.
I
you go
first
crazy.
heard this. My brother said to me, I'm like, God, it's a little brutal. And I thought about it. I'm like, I kind of get it. And I heard on Howard Stern where he read that off. I'm like, God, that fucking is a harsh email. I don't know if I'd send it to everyone in my office. And then I thought about it more. I'm like, and then again, I heard the interview and you listen to him. You're like, he must be like, dude, I can't do this. I can't be a family man. I can't do my stand up. Like, I'm exhausted.
And he might have written that when he was feeling like he was going to go crazy. Might have just written it and be like, I am seeking more free time from me throughout the day. That's allowed. That's fair.
He's not backing off at all either. He said he's not even apologizing for it.
No.
He said, this is how I feel. And
Good.
It sounds, I could have worded it differently.
Good for you,
but
Steve.
this is how I
No,
for you,
yeah,
Steve
I'm
Harvey.
with this.
Bravo. I'm
speaking of Bravo, that guy, Andy Cohen,
Andy Cohen?
he made some sort of remark about like, he put a doorbell on his dressing room now to make fun of the whole Steve Harvey thing. So, of all people, I think he would be more.
Andy Cohen's
Is he kind of like
Andy Cohen. So Andy Cohen's making fun of
Steve Harvey, saying like Andy Cohen's putting a doorbell on his dressing room now.
On Steve
For
Harvey's
people-
dressing room?
No, for his own.
for just to make
Yeah,
laugh.
just like make
I mean,
a
Andy
little
Cohen's
remark.
a far cry from fucking Steve Harvey. But Andy Cohen, Andy Cohen, he's brilliant at what he does. He's hosted, he hosts all the shows. He hosts the Real Housewives after show, and then he's doing a new game show, I think on NBC or stuff like that. So he does his hosting stuff, but he's no Steve Harvey. I don't think people are knocking down the door to get in to see Andy
No,
Cohen.
I barely
It's a
know.
different.
I barely know who he is.
Yeah,
I've
that
seen him
sucks.
once.
Your dick so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about mine.
Oh no, maybe not.
I'm a little older.
No,
now.
I text him.
When I was younger. They
No,
liked
right now.
You. They like.
You know the Abbey, the fucking.
Sure,
like
I've been to the Abbey.
Of course, we both have.
Yeah. When have you been there?
When I first got here with a young lady.
Well,
that
young
you
lady?
would know.
It's interesting.
A young lady you would definitely know. Everyone would know. I went there.
You never moonlit there? You never put a knit cap on?
Never
And just,
danced.
I'm going to be
First of
super
all,
anonymous.
I never got more manhandled in my life than when I went to the Abbey.
You're a big, beautiful piece of meat.
Oh, you would have thought I was a fucking prime
You
filet
would be
going
boyfriend material because you are, with your ears and your UFC pedigree, and for a man to date you, you'd be his boyfriend and to show you off. Mm-hmm. And you'd just be the big old alpha male, that giant
just
chimp.
with the bros.
The big alpha chimp that walks in and he'd be
eating
like...
ribs and sucking dick.
So he is, first of all, he can beat everybody up in this room. And there's something about the way he holds me down that I fucking love.
This is so gay, but
and you would be like, and I was straight for 33 years until my partner in crime,
and then
Bryan
Frank came along.
And Frank came along. Brian said, I accept you.
Yep.
And once I got his green light and Bryan kissed my mouth.
I feel way better.
Yeah, you feel better.
The thing is the Abbey has their own show on E! Coming out now, but they're trying to, I don't know, I'm looking at there was like a highlight of it last night. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, but they're not playing the gay angle. That place is a fucking
gay icon. It's a gay.
That place is a monument.
It's the gay mecca.
That place is covered in male cum. That place is cum walls.
Come on, don't say that. A lot of guys don't have shirts when they dance.
They're fucking Abbey. But the angle they've taken on the show, they make it like a nightclub. I'm like, well, no, man. The gay thing's the cool thing. Like, that's the Abbey.
Yeah,
man.
That's the angle. Well, maybe.
I went there with a girl, and she was smoke show. And I didn't know when I first moved to LA. I'm like, yeah, I'll go to the Abbey. I walked in. I'm like, God,
she wanted to create a whole problem for everybody.
Her best friend was there. And she's like, he has a table. It's going to be fun. And
in walks Shoulders. In walks hungry eyes.
Like I said,
hungry eyes.
You put up with some shit for a smoke show.
Of course you do.
I was like, hey, no, this is fun. No, this is great. I'm sweating. And they're grabbing me a little, tore my shirt. Not a big deal. Should we just get out of here and like go fuck? Or I'm sorry, I'm losing patience.
Because I just got fucked on the way over here.
Yeah, I am sick of smacking dicks away from my
Did I ever tell you I walked through a club, primarily black club, in London with Scary Spice? Did I ever tell you that? Where she grabbed my hand?
Scary Spice? Uh-huh. She's a dime piece.
Oh, my God, is she a dime piece.
How long ago was this?
This was when she was Scary Spice, brother. Yeah. And she grabbed me by the hand.
Bring up Scary Spice. Scary Spice
best body I've ever seen in my life.
Bro, I'm glad
best body I've ever seen in my life. She walked me through this nightclub in Mel.
Why? Mel B.
Because we were hanging out. I was hanging out with her and Baby Spice. And, dude, guys were grabbing her. Giant dudes were grabbing her.
Her tits?
And she was just her ass. And she was like, get the fuck off me, you motherfucker. And she gave it back. She gave it all right back.
Why were guys just grabbing her?
But I was there and they didn't give a fuck about me. She was holding my hand. And they were grabbing her.
Why?
And I was like, because she's sexy as hell, and they were all
do look at me.
British black guys.
No one's listening except for 1.3 million listeners. Listen.
Yeah.
Did Scary Spice suck your dick?
I'm going to be honest with you. I wish I could say yes. And the answer
and I know
is
you
no.
tell the truth.
And the
nothing
answer is
happened?
No. The answer is
did you drink those lips in?
I wish I could say yes.
Oh, you're a liar too, so I figured you've been lying. You're telling the truth.
Well, I would, and I want to lie about this. And I don't lie about anything, but this is where I want to lie. And I will say this, that if I had pushed for things, I believe that it wouldn't have happened anyway. Okay, so but there was energy between us. There was energy between us. Something was going to happen. But you know what? At the end of the day,
she
did famous soccer players. Bring her up when she was younger, please.
She's with Eddie Murphy.
She's so amazing. Like, I love her. And she's got a great personality. And she was so cool.
Oh, who's she dating?
No,
she looks better now. When she was in the girl band, I was like, not really.
When she was younger, when she was, she killed me. She killed me.
That English accent, too?
Oh.
Dude,
she was brassy, and
now?
she was just perfect. She was perfect.
She's going through is it a divorce or something with someone that she was with because he was having sex with the nanny as well, and they had a three-way. And then someone broke the rules and had the two-way without.
You can't bring Nanny in on a three-way, which is crazy. Very hot. Well,
no, you can bring Nanny in the three-way. You can't fuck Nanny in the three-way if
You're right.
the girl's not home.
You're right. She's got abs in that picture over there, by the way.
No, she is. No. Let me see this guy. Let me soak him in for a second.
That's the guy. That's the nanny in the middle.
Well,
she actually looks good. I saw
the nanny does.
Picture, yeah.
That husband ain't
here.
Yeah, I mean it's
not
cool.
so crazy here, but
listen, I approve of all of it.
Bam.
Oh yeah.
Well,
why would you hire her as a nanny?
That's your nanny? You're already asking for trouble because.
Well, no, they wanted trouble. Let me see this guy. What's he do? Because this guy deserves some sort of
I don't know what he does.
statue up here.
He's a cute man. He's cute. He's got
He's
that
not
big
bad
rope,
looking. That
rope
chain's terrible. Let's not wear that unless you're iced tea, but
Yeah. Can I get away with wearing that rope?
I think so.
I want to start wearing jewelry, but I just can't.
So they're having a threesome with this nanny. She comes home.
I gotta get my tattoo.
He's balls deep. Yeah, you do. He's balls deep in the nanny. She flips out.
Because he was having sex with the nanny without Mel B.
Of course.
And then it just caused a ruckus.
Of course that happened. Of course you can't. What are you going to do? Hey, we already fucked. Let's not do it now because the girl's not watching. You know. He might have done a good job too, right?
Oh, that's hot.
That's his nanny. You're out of your mind.
If I walked in,
It's a marital. That's called a marital landmine, as my buddy said.
or it's being awesome. This is the thing. if the thing, if the roles reverse and I come home, my girl's like, this is the new Manny. It's a man. He's just this dime piece. Like, it looks like Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm like, what the? That's the fucking nanny?
Yeah.
Like, you can't, bro. Get out of here.
Well,
I
you
need you
even
to have a
said-
gut, barely speak English. Get the fuck out of
You
here.
even said when your girl's got a really hot trainer, personal trainer, coming to your house because you got money. Nah,
Ain't happening.
nah,
Ain't happening.
no.
We got someone teaching my kid how to swim. Little old lady. Hey, bitch. Hey, old lady, jump in that pool. Pretend you're a shark. Teach my son how to swim.
My buddy.
They brought in some dime piece from Baywatch. I'm, whoa, what are you doing? Put your shirt back on. What the fuck are you doing? Who told you to come here?
Yeah,
Who let you in?
my buddy and his wife looking for nannies. They literally purposely were going through all the pictures. They're like, too good looking, too good looking, too good looking. This is good, right in the middle. Let's get with that. She's got a little situation going on in the tummy. Let's go with that.
No, I need
our
heavy
nanny.
set.
Yeah, I can't be checking my hair, and I can't be.
No, I can't be worried about
Look,
walking out
men-
with my fucking dragon breath in the morning,
Yeah.
or probably a raging boner, most likely. I'm a young man.
Yep.
I'm in my undies. I'm in my whitey tighties. I walk down the stairs. I look like shit. I'm just trying to get the coffee machine.
Yeah.
I can't have some dime piece.
Well, because
be
after
like,
a while, it starts
hey,
to wear on you.
Poppy,
It wears
you
on
all right? I'm
Yeah.
like, I could use a dick suck.
Yeah, she's looking at me.
You know what? I could use a dark roast and a dick
Got
suck.
in a fight with my girl.
You know
She's
what?
being mean to me.
Girls upstairs, baby's still sleeping. You're on the job. Yes, I'm paying you. You mind if I grind these beans and you suck my dick? I don't.
So that's sexual harassment.
Well, no, she would sign a consent form.
dick suck consent?
Like dark roast and a dick suck every Monday.
That seems like a
it's
really
8 a.m.
That's a tough contract, but all right,
Well, someone's gonna sign it.
I guess. Look at that. That's their girlfriend, huh?
Well, used to be.
Yeah.
Good for that guy.
He's only doing what he had to do there.
Well, it sounds like it was Mel B's idea.
Don't stick your finger in the cage if you don't want to get bit.
What would you do if your wife was like, "Hey, I want to have a threesome with the nanny"?
I would probably. I would go.
It's a dangerous road to go
I would
down.
say this is dangerous. I would say, all right, yes, but she's fired.
I agree. What? Yeah, you can't have the nanny.
First of all, fire her first.
well, I'll see. No,
And then we'll have a-
no. First of all, I don't want my nanny being a goddamn freak, sucking my dick, sucking on your titties, and watching our kid. She'll have to kind of fucked up in the head
Well,
if
there you
she's
go.
open for this.
That might be
so
it.
she's fired. Even if she's open for this discussion, you're fired. We're gonna get someone else. But if you have a
But not so
threesome-
fast.
But hold on, before you
Don't,
go.
don't, don't leave yet.
Hold on, I'm just saying. I'm saying the point.
You get a severance pay.
Here's the severance. pay.
Here's severance
I'm
pay.
gonna give you this dick.
My dick, my American dick, wrapped in a fucking red ribbon.
Hey, but what happens if your wife was like, "Hey, I want to have a threesome"?
Yeah.
You can pick who.
Oh, I get to pick?
Who would you pick? Is it someone random? Would you find someone on Instagram? Would you go to a website? Would you find an app?
I probably wouldn't do any of it. It's too much planning, and I wouldn't.
What if your wife was like, "Babe, I know you're busy. Let me deal with it. I will pick 3 girls.
Yeah.
This Saturday night, we're going to get a hotel room. I got that regular ass nanny to watch the kids, not the
Yeah.
freak. We got a regular ass nanny who's
Yeah.
boring as fuck.
Yeah,
Ain't
I'm
down.
already getting a little hard right now.
But if your wife had picked out 3, would you do it? She's like, got a hotel room.
Would I do it? Look at me. How well do you know me?
It's a risky road,
Yeah, you
man.
know me. I'm super meek.
It's a risky road.
Yeah, and I hate risk. You know me. I'm a real risk. I'm
Safe guy.
terrified of risk.
All right, well, here's the
Yeah.
thing. Your wife goes, all right. So we pick this girl. She's a 10.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend wants in, though.
Well, now.
But
this
she's
might
a
be-
10. She looks like Mel B 10 years ago.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. Got to see the boyfriend's dick. If he dwarfs me,
It's average. Very average.
there's not a problem. Go ahead.
Oh, wow.
Go ahead.
There you go,
man.
Amanda. She asked me to
ahead.
bring this up.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Have fun with that medium, that average dick. And I'm
I'm
be
having
over
fun
here.
over here.
I'll be over here with the 10. spice things up a little bit.
All right.
And then I'm going to have to give you a punishment for having sex with a man other than myself.
Okay.
And if you dare to enjoy it, be watching your face the whole time.
I'm be staring
We'll
at
have
you.
some problems.
Yeah, it is an interesting road to go down. Shit, Ben
It's always
Affleck ended his marriage because he had this. Have you seen his nanny? This dime
No,
piece
let
of
me
a
see the
nanny.
nanny.
No.
And he goes, "Shit, we need to stop in Vegas. We're on a private jet. We got to stop in Vegas." Yeah, and it did work.
He did.
Hey, Batman. That Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, he's bad.
Look, that was
What?
their fucking nanny.
Well, what do you expect? He's famous as shit.
She's hot.
It's a
as
matter of time before you break
balls.
things down.
Let's be real. She's way hotter than Jennifer Garner. Let's be real. You can't bring in a nanny who's hotter than your girl in the fucking
There's
house.
always somebody hotter, right? You're a mom,
get
you're
that, but-
busy, you're getting older, you're harried,
True.
you don't have time, and then you get this
Harried.
23-year-old
Hey,
harried, like busy.
Oh.
Like you don't have time for your hair, you're wearing
Okay.
pajamas, and then you
Okay.
get 23-year-old girl who comes in and she's all decked up, she's got nothing to do but tan, shave, and work out. And then she's looking at you with them
Look
hungry
at her.
eyes.
And
yeah.
you're Batman?
Yeah, and you're Batman.
It's my duty of Gotham City
Sure.
to gift you this.
And
dick.
I'm just there, and I'm like, whoops! And then all of a sudden, my piece flops out of my goddamn jeans by accident.
Let's put the nanny.
And I'm
in
like, why does this guy have a lonely look on his
Let's
face?
put the nanny in the goddamn
She's like,
movies.
I don't know, but he does look lonely. Yeah, he always has that same look on his face.
He's so serious. I feel like he needs a hug.
Relax, brother.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Big, handsome Batman. Relax.
He's a big boy. He's got an
He doesn't
easy
seem like
bone
he
structure.
seems like he's sad.
He does.
His brother won a goddamn Oscar.
A lot of the
That made him emotional.
Yeah, a lot of those, a lot of actors. I feel like Johnny Depp at 54 still wearing ribbons and beads and
Watch your
all kinds of
goddamn
stuff.
mouth.
Yeah, it just gets a little bit,
Sad road.
I think that I think so. I think you get isolated. I really like Brad
a weird
Pitt,
life.
Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, Johnny Depp.
Yeah, they're all not doing well.
They're
are
not
they?
doing well. And what happens
Personally.
is they know. And I think because you've been treated like the king for so long, you get isolated. You probably didn't have time to forge the kind of relationships that you do when you're
Nothing's real or substantial, right? But you're
Right.
also you're constantly playing someone else.
You're constantly
and when the
playing
lights
someone
are
else.
off, you're in the dark.
And
you
take
gotta-
it from a guy who's 50 and now getting older. I swear to you, when I say this is part of the reason this show didn't, you get perspective on life. Like you realize that celebrity or whatever it is, you realize that another movie, you realize that all that stuff, especially when you already have enough money like these guys. So the challenge, if the work stops being a challenge or the work stops being fun, then you're kind of left with your only option, I guess, is to show up as this actor in this world, but you lose your. It's just not. I don't know.
Johnny Depp, I saw something he
holding on to
blew
something
through
there.
like $600 million. Obviously,
he's
the
got some
divorce
problems.
fucked him, but
Yeah. No. He's got.
drinking.
It's also to spending money, spending crazy money.
But it's also constantly an attempt to look like fucking Jack Sparrow. Must be exhausting.
Well, I was going to say, look at what he's
Why
wearing.
do you always have to look like a pirate? I get it. You love Jack Sparrow. I love Pirates of the Caribbean. The third one was fucking terrible. Get that out of my face. 1 and 2, I'm all about it. 2 might be the best one. This fourth one with Benicio del Toro looks amazing.
Yeah.
I love all those. Why do you constantly have to look like you're in a Tim Burton movie?
Well,
I get it's your thing.
he's got 2 bandanas, right? He's wearing 2 rope necklaces there. He's wearing another rope necklace if you look under there, and then 2 other.
He's
there's
brilliant.
a lot of.
though. I
There's
love
a lot
Johnny
of jewelry.
Depp, man. I love Johnny Depp.
There's a lot of jewelry everywhere, and a lot of cigarette smoking. And look, some people like you love
He's an
fashion.
artist.
And
See, I wish I could wear some shit like that.
Yeah.
I would get laughed off the red carpet.
No, I mean, look, it's fine. It's just a little.
My problem is
I wonder
he's
what's going on
constantly trying to look
behind
like a
it.
character.
Yeah,
Like
there's,
that, to me,
there's
that's a
makeup
character.
on his eyes too at 54. When you're wearing eyeliner at 54 and eyeshadow, I ask the question, what's actually going on here? Something's going on. Do you know what I mean? Like there's something when it's that much work. Look at what he's wearing.
Look at that necklace.
Look, that necklace takes a lot of work. It's bouncing around and making noise.
Work. He traveled the fucking 7
Yeah.
seas collecting shit. for
Yes.
them. Look at
Thank
that.
you.
There's
Thank
bear
you.
claws. There's a
He's got
turtle
potion.
shell.
He's got
There's
poison.
turquoise.
He's got poison
There's
powder.
a puffer fish down below. There is a goddamn silver dollar. hanging
Yep,
on
there's a
it.
finger. There's a human finger. If you look to the right, there hanging. It's from the Congo somewhere. He's got all kinds of shit on there, and that's just not comfortable to wear. So when you're 54 and you're not comfortable and you're still working hard to look that way, I don't know what the fuck is going on. That's all I'm saying. Something else is going on. That's all. And
What else you got, Jen? I agree. It's weird. They're all sad.
Do you guys give passes to like rock stars that do that, even in their 50s?
Absolutely.
yeah,
You get a pass with me. If you got eyeliner on your 50
when you're Bono,
and your Kiss, I saw Bono at Nobu.
wow.
Hey, bro, why are you wearing yellow Oakleys in Nobu?
He's a god.
It is 9 o'clock at night.
He's a god.
Hey, look at me. You get that, and you do the whole Africa thing. I get that. I'm going to ask you one more time, Bono.
Yeah.
Why in the bloody hell are you wearing those yellow?
And that's a legit question.
Unless you're Steven Seagal, cannot wear those.
It's a legit question, dude.
How weird is it?
It's a legit question because, again,
What
you're
word
wearing
do you
yellow glasses.
Imagine if I walked in the studio right now with yellow bullies on. You'd be like, the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I want to wear these. You can't wear those.
Right, because
you
we have
look like
friends,
an ass.
because you and I have friends that would go, hey, excuse me, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, look at me. What are you doing, man? We got to hang out. Stop. Get the
at the
glasses off.
store, my girl and my friends were like, you can't buy those.
Did I ever tell you, when I got Mad TV, I was
about the-
26 years old. I came back to New York after 9 months of being on television. Okay, this is 1996. I couldn't have been happier with myself, and I was a celebrity. I mean, I was an actor. All I wanted was to come back to New York, and I was like, I wonder if I'm going to be recognized. It's going to be so exciting. You have dreams. You're like, I might be famous or something. This is exciting. So here I am on TV. I had proved to myself that I at least was good enough to be on TV, whatever. And I couldn't wait to see Jimmy Burke. And I showed up in a Kangol hat. You know those hats, the Kangol hats?
Yeah.
And it was turned backwards. And I looked good. And I decided I might be the kind of guy who wears hats now. I might, you know me with fashion.
Yeah,
how lazy I am.
yeah.
But suddenly I'm like, I'm gonna wear hats, and I'm gonna spend some money on clothes because I'm an actor now, and I might get recognized. So I show up in my fucking hat, and I see all the guys from New York, and Jimmy Burke goes, dude, I cannot I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you, man. We got to grab some drinks. I want to go out. We should smoke a fucking, just take a couple of hits and celebrate. I can't wait to hear all about this. Take the hat off immediately, of course, or I'm going to slap the fucking shit out of you. And I was ordered to take that hat off. Like, he didn't.
I bet you couldn't get off fast enough.
I couldn't. I was like, all right, you're right. Fuck it. I tried. He goes, yeah, don't ever bring that hat into my fucking bar again.
It's hilarious.
And he was right. You got to
need
have
those
friends
people.
that keep you in line. Anyway.
What else you got, Chin?
The next one is the Bow Wow Challenge. Do you know of the Bow Wow Challenge?
I remember this kid.
I do remember it. Do you know how it started?
He posted a picture on Instagram of him next to an airplane,
Like
a
flying
private jet.
He was like about to head to New York.
No!
Florida flying private
No!
jet. And then people
That's the
caught
picture.
him on Southwest.
So that's the initial picture.
Travel Day,
No.
New York press run for growing up hip hop. Let's go. Promise to bring you all the hottest show ever. All right?
And then someone took a picture of him inside a plane.
Come on, bro.
Look, so this guy, Little Bow Wow, was on my flight to New York, but on Instagram he posted a picture of a private jet captain traveling to New York today, shaking my head. Jesus Christ.
And then it just caused this whole social network storm where everyone's posting these pictures, but then they kind of give this is
It's
the
like
fake.
fake.
Yeah, it's fake. It's like it almost looks real, and then they post a picture next to it showing what the real picture
Like,
is.
I saw some guy go, headed to work, things are looking up, and he's driving like a Kia, but he wrote like a Mercedes sign and taped it on there.
That is
Look at
awesome.
this.
This girl's holding up pants and shoes, and then
With
she
my
takes a picture
man.
with just
Oh,
the
that's
dude.
so fun.
Hashtag Bow Wow
This
Challenge.
is so good. Hold on. Mike Pence is the true champion of the Bow Wow Challenge.
Just a focused in pic, and then if you
There's no one
focus out,
there.
no one's there. And this one's good. This guy's at a game, but then look at the picture below.
Like he's at the game,
Oh, what the fuck? That's amazing.
live at the stadium for the Bow Wow Challenge.
Oh, that is so great.
There's just a whole ton of them.
Dude, let me see more. These are great.
Oh, these are the miniature.
Oh, that
Hella bottles.
That's genius.
Hella bottles for tonight.
Yeah, by the way,
That's
don't brag
okay.
about that. Those are great.
How
dude.
funny is
Those are
that?
fucking great.
Bow Wow said he did it on purpose. Do you believe that?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not the least bit.
Sure don't.
Nope. He got
Is he a
embarrassed.
big rapper still?
No.
He was. He was really
No,
big, but
not big in the
anymore.
least bit. He's doing a very small show called Grown Up Hip Hop on I don't know, Life Channel or some shit.
Everybody relax. Everybody relax. Your priorities are in the wrong place. Take it from the old man over here. I've seen people for 23 years chase the wrong things in this town. And I've seen my culture begin to do the same thing.
You know what the
and
thing?
it's all
The thing is with if you're Bow, think about it. You had this booming career. You're flying, private and all that. And then he posted a picture. You might as well not even post a picture. Just post something promoting your show. But then when you try to still flex that you're flying private and everything's still good when it's not. Like, I don't know if that's the way to go. But for him, I feel like you just don't want. You don't want to look like you've taken a step back.
Right. You don't.
Like there's some comics I see that used to do theaters or maybe even stadiums, and now you see them at clubs. They don't promote any of those clubs dates because it's almost like fuck.
Again, it goes back to what are your priorities and what you care about. And at the end of the day, I'm telling you right now, you better be a person of substance. The hype will get you a certain distance. It will. But you better be, just for your own soul and your own fulfillment, doing work you're proud of and really developing a skill set. I don't care what it is. And let me say something else about this. Like Jordan Peterson on Rogan said something really awesome. If you want to change the world, start by cleaning your own room. And that's a metaphor, but it's also literal. You can't tell anybody how to live their life if you keep a messy room, right? The idea is worry about yourself and do one honest thing for yourself. Take one honest action. If you're lost and you think everything sucks, take one honest action. I just believe in go, even if you don't have the money, figure it out. Go learn something about something, whether it's a jiu-jitsu class, anything. Just take that one thing. Get in shape. Start eating better food. Any little thing. I swear to God, you'll feel better, and it might lead to another.
Yeah, you never know what's
going
to lead to.
Exactly.
I'll tell you what bummed me out. I was listening to it's one of my favorite episodes, the Guy Ritchie episode with Rogan. I love Guy Ritchie. He was talking about why he wears a suit because he owns a suit, and in America, like we have this bad connotation with suits because you're working 9 to 5 for a man, and he's like, no, I dress like this because I fucking own this. I want to own this. It's comfortable. It's a great conversation. But he was talking about how Hollywood's so weird now with like the movies, and his movie just came out. I forget what it's called. The Sword in the Stone movie.
Yeah. Not King Arthur, is it?
King Arthur.
Yeah,
it was a huge flop.
It bombed.
I didn't know it
But he was talking on Rogan how, God, I hope it does well, and it has to be the right timing. You never know. Like, you just want to make great art, but now there's this whole world of money, and they got to get their money back. And he's like, I'm on here because and you just hear how he wants things to work. And then I wake up this morning, I see King Arthur, huge flop. I'm like, he must feel like, fuck.
Again, it goes back to hype. So,
but Guy Ritchie's he's not hype, right? Like, he's legit fucking director.
Of course, but
he's like a fucking workhorse, and he's smart, and he's talking about this King Arthur story and all the stuff he did and how long it took and all this stuff. He's like, things have to line up for things to hit. Like, you have to have the right timing and this and the summer, and they got to release it here.
Alec Baldwin called it a happy accident because there's so many moving parts and so many things can go wrong.
It's just a bummer, man.
But a lot of it's just.
I woke up this morning, I felt bad for him.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's fine.
That's the thing. People, me and my brother talk, like, I go, God, that sucks for that guy. And Jay, or it's the same point, he's fine. He has $100 million in the bank. You don't realize it. No. That doesn't mean shit. That's not happiness. No. Happiness, is people approving his movie, this art that took 4 years to make, and he put everything into it, 4 years of his life, just to get approval that people actually like. He didn't care about the money.
Yeah.
The money is nothing. He has money. He's financially, after his first, I'm sure, $3 million, he was all set. Talking about a guy who's married to Madonna. Like, he's had it all. Like, that stuff doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
You're talking about substance, right? He knows he's a man of substance already. So that's what I mean by he's fine.
Well, no, so it goes back to it goes back to being about the work, right? So there is, all you have is the truth, right? All you have is the ability to do truthful work and work that I don't care if it's building fucking cabinets. I don't care what it is, It's like, what kind of pride are you taking in the work you do? Regardless of what it is. And, one of the things that bothers me, to be honest with you, is that so Brennan sent me this yesterday. I thought it was really cool. I'll just share this with him. I'm sorry I'm going to do this, but I think it's important. I think it's timely, and I appreciate it.
It's not another dick pic with the donor, right?
It might be. So Brennan, this is my brother here. Brennan sent me this. He showed me that he sold out the Metro Theater in Sydney, okay? And it said, sold out my first theater. And then he said, I get this. He goes, just want you to know, brother, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have any of this in my life. And I showed that to my wife. And I said, and of course I appreciate him saying that. And I showed this to Stevie. But then I said, when people say this, I always say, that's not true. It's not true. Like, I appreciate you say that, but it's not true. Because I suppose in this particular business, I've been helpful in kind of like being an example and maybe,
mentor.
giving you advice. But you are the kind of person that your habit is excellence. You are a fucking grinder. You are a strategist. You work really hard. So I don't believe that. I think you would have found your way either way, because that's what happens with people who win. And because they have a habit of excellence and a habit of always working for what they consider their truth. Like I know with you, I know that you're not satisfied ever, and you're not going to be satisfied until you have the set as a comic that you feel is worthy of being on camera, as a special.
Correct.
And then you'll do that and be on to the next.
Yep.
And so that habit of excellence, of course you have a habit of gratitude. I have a habit of gratitude. When things are going well, how can you not thank your friends, the people you love, the people that you're on this journey with, right? We love being on this thing together. But what is more important is that, I know you now very well.
Yep.
And I know people like you. I know people like Rogan. I know people that are effective. You guys would be successful. You'd find your way fucking through. You would find. Sure, people help you.
I don't think in stand up. I don't think in stand up.
I don't know, dude.
I really don't.
Regardless,
it's too scary, and you know what I'm saying, and there's other, I'm sure, stand ups who have started out there. Like, it's a tough road.
I know, dude, but you chose to do it. But see, you could have easily said that's not for me. Yeah. And what you did is you went, I'm going to do it, and you would have done it regardless of whether or not I fucking, I'm not writing that shit for you.
I don't think so.
Well, okay, whatever the case, you would have found your way through.
Now this is going to hurt. I cannot give you 10%.
And that was what I was going to ask for.
I know you're leading.
I was going to couch it. So if I don't get my beak wet, if somebody's not going to wet my beak, I don't know what we're doing, because the text ain't paying my bills.
I can't believe you're not coming to Australia.
That hurts me.
That fucking sucks.
You got to go there alone.
Me and Chin are going to Australia. Jay can't go.
Well, we're gonna do ourselves a little Fighter and the Kid tour, I think. There
we should.
Yeah,
we should. We need to go to England, and Justin, I need to show. If I don't see a Fighter and the Kid tour in Canada soon,
you're gonna bust.
I'm gonna slap you in the face.
He's about to bust. He's gonna break into CAA and give everybody a beating. Listen, we need Canada. We might need Ireland. We might need the UK, and we might have to do Australia.
And then we might need Colombia.
And we might have to go to Colombia.
Just for a night.
Maybe. You're right.
Maybe 3 days.
Venezuela.
Yeah.
No, Venezuela 2 days.
We don't need anyone. We just, not Venezuela. I don't want to go. We'll just go to Colombia. It'll be you and me.
And Miami.
And then we got to stop in Miami. Again, this is for the business.
For work.
I'm looking at shirts.
Research.
I'm looking at search.
Yeah. Get ourselves a couple cigars.
Cigars.
A hat.
Nothing wrong.
A shirt with flamingos on it.
All I'm going to need some tan lotion.
We're having
some pineapple juice.
We're having female salsa dancer lessons.
Of course. I'm gonna need a little sun lotion.
Yeah.
And some pineapple juice.
Yeah.
Dick suck.
And I hear you.
And then I'm gonna need Narcos season 2. Download on my phone. Todd Feldman, make that happen.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna be in Colombia. I need suntan lotion. Mm-hmm. It's strict security because pretty Wild West out there. Let's be real. Mm-hmm. Like a cache full of American Stone Cold cash.
Yeah.
I need more.
Yeah.
Is that too direct?
No.
Should I? All right, let me try that again.
Sir, hold on.
I need some suntan lotion.
No, listen, hold on.
Tommy Bahama shirt.
Yeah.
A wad full of cash.
Yeah, go ahead. Be careful now.
All right.
Careful.
And some.
I guess some more.
Colombian horse.
Now listen,
I don't know how else to say
I don't want you to use the word horse. I want these are girls who are going to show us around town. Now we're both taken men. And I want my wife to know, because she listens to this podcast.
I know. Amanda, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Amanda, all I'm looking for is a tour guide in Colombia, blowout ass, fat ass fake titties, a full mouth, likes 2 men at a time.
I don't know how I'm going to reconcile this with, because she's going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? We're kidding, of course.
No, we're kidding, of course.
But I do.
No, but listen, we're finding the actress live from Colombia. No one speaks English.
Yeah. Girls only, please. Only women allowed. Listen, with low self-esteem,
in our hotel
with
room.
daddy issues, and who only wear high heels. Listen,
and who aren't going to rob and steal our shit and take us hostage.
That's right. Now the woman who plays
and call me Pablo,
who plays Pablo's wife in Narcos, who I didn't notice at first, and then they started making out, and I saw that
I'm
booty.
into
I
it.
was watching it with my wife,
Yeah.
and I was like,
jerked off.
She's all kinds of jacked up. She's
Right?
blowout.
I thought the same
and I went,
thing.
that's a fucking delicious.
Pablo's wife is
the way
the
she was
donkey.
kissing him too.
Bro, how about the fucking reporter though?
Oh, well, yeah.
That dirty bitch.
She's a dirty.
That was I was so turned on.
She's a dirty girl. 'Cause
Dirty
she takes it in
girl.
the old rumpy pumpy. Yeah.
How do you know?
Because that was what happened in the show.
What happened?
He was giving it to her in the old culo. Yeah, he's giving her in the old culo.
The old negro hole.
The what?
The negro hole.
The Negro.
Negro. That's how you say black in Spanish. We have to edit this.
Negro.
We have to edit this.
I'm not editing this.
No, you have
Don't
to.
you dare edit
That's
this.
so racist. That's not what I meant. Did you know what I meant, Nate?
I personally want to. I'm no longer going to be doing
I know
the Fighter and
that,
Kid.
that means
Negro.
black in Spanish.
Negro means
Negro is
black.
in Spanish.
My
Why are
girl's
you calling it a
Spanish.
black hole though? What?
Negro hole.
Yeah, I know, but
Negro hole.
that's not how you say asshole. That's how you say her black hole.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm not going to high five you on that. And I want everybody to know that I am not approving of this, and I'm writing a letter to Steve Harvey.
Hey.
Yeah, and he's going to send you a fucking memo.
Or he's going to send me a shirt that says negro hole.
Well, all right. I just call it an asshole. I call it a culo. Can you just say culo?
Hulu? No,
Yeah.
negro hole.
Culo negra?
Hey, how do you know she takes in the rump and
I think that's what she was saying in the show.
What'd she say?
Now he's looking up negro.
No, because I swear to
Well, it says
there's
black.
there's like a beard, isn't it? Negro Modelo as well.
Yeah, there you
Right,
go.
so you can use it in certain,
that
certain
hashtag
ways.
no racist in any
Hey,
facet.
you guys can say whatever you want, but I'm
I didn't
obviously
say
in a
it.
KKK rally over here. And Arsema, I want to apologize.
Well, KKK want to have a Korean.
Special K is African here.
I'm sorry, it's Negra Modelo.
Negra.
That's what I was thinking of.
Do you feel traumatized at all this racist talk, Arsema?
No, 'cause it's not
Arsema's
racist.
like,
Look, Agent
Arsema's
A's
still
good.
smiling. She's like, whatever. There is no prejudice in our.
Negra,
thing.
black.
There is no
you go.
prejudice in our at the Fighter and the Kid here.
I'm
Which is
still
actually the
baffled
truth.
because I didn't miss that in Narcos.
Actually, if anything, you're just as attracted to dark meat as you are to white meat. There's no question about that.
Prefer it.
Yeah, prefer it. In fact, you might just prefer it. Yeah. Hey, right. Sisters like you too, by the way. Sisters give you them hungry eyes.
Yeah, what's that girl?
Hungry eyes.
You got to drop me knowledge. Just got
All right, let's
weird.
move on.
Yeah, sorry, man.
I got to drop in knowledge. There's been I was listening to Sam Harris, Charles Murray, who's very controversial, but a top scholar, wrote a number of books on IQ. And he's done different studies on IQ. And people have IQs, it's a fixed score and stuff like that. And a lot of people, there's a lot of science that would point to the fact that IQ is a very good indicator of not only your intelligence across the board, but your competency as an employer and things like that. Here's the problem with measuring intelligence with a number. This is for anybody who has a lower IQ. In fact, there's studies that say that certain racial groups, because of their environment, may test lower on IQ scores and stuff like that. I have a problem with all of it only because here's the thing that they can't understand. Do you know that IQ scores have been climbing steadily over the past 200 years? And in 1815, the average IQ score was 70. If you were to score 70 now, you would be considered borderline mentally handicapped. Why? Why are human beings getting more intelligent? If you listen to Sam Harris, who I'm of course a big fan of and I love his podcast, and Charles Murray, there was a mystery there. Why is that? There are certain things you can point to, but they don't know why.
Resources?
In fact, there is a reason. In fact, Joseph Heinrich, people ask me what to read all the time. The Secret of Our Success is a very important book for anybody who wants to read. Joseph Henrich answers that question. Why do you think it is? It's interesting because cognitively...
I thought resources, it's easier to access information now.
Although
that
part of it they think is because human beings are very good at downloading cultural software.
Mm-hmm.
What makes us smarter isn't necessarily an increase in our cognitive ability. So children don't actually necessarily score that much higher than certain primates in cognitive tests. And again, this can be referenced in Joseph Henrich's book, The Secret of Our Success. What makes us smarter is the fact that we are adaptable and we can learn, and more importantly, we can essentially
Adapt?
adapt, but also assimilate culture. And we're really good at so if I were to give you a question on, and Charles Murray uses this example, if I were to give you a question about a rotating 3D structure, If you gave that to somebody who had never seen a rotating 3D structure, which somebody 30 years ago hadn't because you hadn't seen that much, it'd be very hard for you to conceptualize what that even is. Now, because we've seen it before. We've seen it, we understand what that means from a spatial relationship and all that. So as we share information, we get smarter. So the IQ scores for all human beings, they keep having to adjust the average, meaning now it's at 100. You keep having to raise what the average is going to be, because people on average are getting smarter. Is it because their brains are growing? No. Joseph Henrich and a lot of his research would point to the fact that we are just a species that gets smarter because we learn from each other. And we are getting better at just sharing information. We're evolution, yeah.
It's evolution.
And the brain changes itself, everybody.
Yep.
The brain is something that actually grows. We can produce more neurons, which they didn't think was possible. The brain does change itself. The brain does grow. And so don't limit yourself. I don't give a fuck who you are. Don't define yourself. It doesn't mean you can run punts back in the NFL. Be realistic, but don't limit yourself. If you have passion for something, you can learn it. You can learn it.
Boom.
That's my
good one,
my dropping knowledge. Great podcast today.
Fun podcast.
Very proud of you. All bullshit aside, very fucking proud of you
for
that you're
Negro
selling
hole?
out that and for selling out a theater in Australia. Did you ever think that this shit was going to happen for you this fast?
No, I told my management team and agents when they booked that Australia tour, I went, those venues are too big. It's a bad idea. Wow. Well, let's see what happens. I think so. It goes Brisbane, Melbourne, Auckland, and Sydney. I think Brisbane, Melbourne are both almost sold out too. Those are theaters.
That's incredible.
And Auckland is close too.
When did you get the idea for Big Brown Breakdown? I came up with the idea. I came up with the name Big Brown. So
you did come up with the name.
No, and I'm not looking for it. It doesn't matter. I don't give a shit. What's that worth? Who knows? Am I going to go to a fucking lawyer? I would never do that. No.
I don't know, man. I think I just want, like, I listen to podcasts all the time. I was like, God, there's not really, I don't know. I got a lot of shit on my mind when it comes to MMA. I'm so opinionated. And I didn't want the Fine Kid just to be about MMA. Like, I don't want to just talk about MMA. So I was like, yeah, it wouldn't be bad. Just do it. I was like, I'll just do it once a week, see how it goes.
And boom.
Boom.
The Big Brown Breakdown is a great name for it, though.
Crazy, right?
When did you come up with that?
At Fox, I broke down this card for them. They go, what should we call it? I went, Big Brown Breakdown. Call it Big Brown Breakdown.
It's so amazing.
And I was going to change it, and the fans were like, don't change it. Fucking leave it.
It's great. B3.
Yeah, B3. But
it's fantastic.
Yeah, man, excited. But we're going to be in Oklahoma, Arkansas border. I don't know. It's
Cherokee.
Goddamn near sold out. Yeah, I think it might be sold out.
Yeah.
You know, that Cherokee Casino doesn't fuck around.
They take care
of us. We
have
great coffee, great food. Jay's going to be there. We got shirts just for Oklahoma.
I'm psyched that your boy's coming.
Me too, man.
Jay Schaub.
For the rest of that Australia tour, for the rest of the tickets, tfatk.com, everything tfatk.com. And then I'm in New York, just announced, New York Gotham Comedy Club on June 22nd. I hope
I'll be there.
Right.
I'll be there.
Brian will also be in New York.
I'll be in the audience.
It's a live Big Brown Breakdown at Gotham Comedy Club, June 22nd. Pretty sure. And that, because I'm working for, June 22nd, because I'm working for Bellator for the Madison Square Garden card. So I'll be on Spike TV as well. But that week, I'm in New York. It's going to be a good one.
Bigger, what does it say? Bigger, badder?
Bigger, badder, browner.
That's great.
What do you got, B?
Buddy, I'm taking a lot of time off. The next time I'm probably going to be doing stand-up besides in L.A. is going to be in fact, if you want to see me, I'll be at the Comedy Store with you Tuesday.
You and I tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night.
We're at the Comedy Store. And they just, one of my favorite people, I've never met him in person, Nick Kroll.
Oh, he'll be there?
Literally one of my, as far as
great.
like artists, he's one of my heroes.
Great.
Yeah, Nick Kroll's going to be there. It's a big night, Tuesday night Comedy Store.
I'm excited.
Damn, you have some time, brother. I think we're going to start that project.
Yeah, we're going to start that project. I'm going to be playing tennis. I'm going to be a gentleman boxer, and I'll be doing a lot of local stand-up.
Love it,
writing.
man.
I'm excited. Spending time with my dogs and my kids.
Fuck yes. Oh yeah, I still need German Shepherd, everybody. tfatk.com for everything you've ever needed. We will see you this Saturday, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Cherokee Casino. We coming live.
Live.
This is the Finally Kid. We're out.